specific setup where he can, for example, if they explode the door and he can hold the door angle towards main, or if they want to go outside and he wants to take a long strafe angle, or maybe you want to aim towards the windows or towards heaven. And that's a nice spam for Cajun B. That is just a nice spam.
The worst part about that is someone spammed, tagged Alu down to 40, stopped spamming, and then Cajun went back in and finished the job. I mean, it was him the entire time, but he took a break, so Alu was like, oh, I'm safe.
And technically, you can spam that AWP angle from both the hut and the door, so it could have been from 2 different positions as well.
Oh, they bypass aerial. Surely he heard that. Surely he knows. They're going again for this quick B execute where they split in through the B site and also have 2 players outside that are a bit of a nuisance. They can climb into heaven here. Last time it was the CTs pushing back into the yard that was the problem. Oh, Snappy, his legs get spotted. Next element to try and cut them off, but he only does damage. Oh, 7 HP the difference. That nade might finish the job. And the X7 at least keeps us in the advantage for ENCE by 2.
Config is still alive though, and he's had a pretty okay game so far. Getting a lot of frags, but also dying a lot. Usually the style of him. Very flamboyant, very aggressive. And now grouping up with Yugi, the 2 stars of this team. 2v3. You would have no one else in these clutch situations than Yugi and Config.
That vent rotate is going to be a nightmare as well to deal with. If Sergey can draw the attention, if Alexa gets back into position, and he can jump straight up to Sergey. He needs no help. 2 kills at the back of the site here. He was having a slow start to this game, but that may have reinvigorated him. 6-5 here. Optic still holding on to a lead and still plenty of money for a buy, but ENCE are not giving away this one easily.
Yeah, and the thing is with this best of 3, right, is that both teams can like play each other's maps. Like Optic are not bad on Train either, and Train is that second pick of ENCE. So I could easily see this, even though it's usually pretty unlikely, like statistically, that you don't win your own map pick. We do see it from time and time again. I could see ENCE winning Nuke, Optic winning Train. That's not a problem in my mind.
Config, he doesn't want to let that come through. He's already found aerial down in the secret, so man, advantage early on for Optic. They've got the vent split as well. This is a nuisance from Cajun B, and again he fires a bullet into the head of Alexa B.
He's so good at like abusing that vent position.
Yeah, clearly they've got to be sighted with that. Really, they've got the round. There's nothing X7 can do except die.
They're gonna save their weapons here. There's no real use. And Alu dies, and Sergey might also die here. It's a perfect round for Optic. They completely destroy the economy. It's gonna be the buy anyways, because Alu has 4K, so he can still get the AWP. And 1 player's on 1450, so it's gonna be 1 player on maybe UMP utility or pistol for utility. I'm not exactly sure how much the loss bonus is at this point.
I mean, it was a reset. ENCE won that 1 round up prior to Optic winning 2.
Yeah. Like
so
this is gonna be the eco, but the next buy after.
It's never fun. We've had already a few of these rounds from ENCE. This is, I think, the 3rd full eco. Obviously, the 2nd round being one of those, but
the question is, like, Sergey with 1400 and only, what, 1 round, 2 round loss bonus?
Yeah.
That's not going to be a lot for him, so he's going to be on a UMP.
It's a double eco, I think.
Really? Like, the rest of the team can buy. Alu can get an AWP. I would say either go UMP 2 flashes or C-set full utility.
I didn't see Alu's money, but you're probably right there. That would make a lot more sense.
Smokes outside as per usual. XCB spots into the door. See any aggression. And they're just spraying them down.
Same thing as last time. I mean, we saw that lobby crunch from ENCE not working out in the previous. Try it again. Why not? Kind of pushing outside with pistols is pretty old now. Most people expect that. We saw that win earlier in the previous game, but it's pretty rare that you find anything on a pistol round like that anyway.
Yeah, that is true.
Such limitations. And now it is the interesting decision that ENCE have to make. They will decide to buy after all. You are correct, Niels. And no kit to play with is a slight issue.
Sergey's going to go MP5 and utility, which is just enough to get smoke, nade, and flash with head armor, so I guess that's a fine choice. He wanted to go for more utility, but Aerial is super flashy, but Alexa B is ready with the help. They have 2 men stacked in main, but Snappy's there with the refrag.
Because he was flashy, he only saw 1 player pass, and when that kill came in from Alexa B, they assumed that that was the player that dropped first, but instead there were 2. ENCE, however, they're winning all their duels around the map. Unfortunately for them, Yugi's down on ramp, and he's making a bit of a mission to turn the tide. A 2-on-3, as Yugi keeps pushing down towards B. Alu is holding the cross with the AWP, so they're going to have a tough time of getting out unless they smoke or molly this position, and actually Alu misses a shot just through the window. He's still waiting for the repeat from Yugi, but the Molotov's going to take him all forward. He goes ahead of it. Yugi almost gets his head cut clean off, and Sergey's begun to rotate right down, but Alu caught in the window after all. It's a 2-on-2, and Yugi just gets that plant in, but it's Cajun B, the clutch king at the back of the site. He doesn't know exactly where Sergey is, but the read is perfect.
It's planted in his home yard, the B bomb site. Cajun.
Oh, he didn't see him.
He's making the play, Hugo. He's making the play. There's no kid on Sergey.
And he's already on that bomb. He's trying to stick it. There's no way Cajun will make this mistake that Yugi did earlier. 3 kills on him. Wins that clutch. Very, very difficult round for Sergey to come into that late and actually find
I just have one question, Hugo.
Yeah.
When I say Cajun, what do you say?
B.
Obviously.
Yeah, he's playing great.
He's the king of this bomb site.
I mean, his vent dives has just been so annoying anyway, so you kind of expect that he knows his way around.
Yeah, and to be honest, like, Config is playing well. Yes, he's taking a lot of unnecessary duels, but that's Config in a nutshell. Yugi's playing really well reserved on the T side, actually really getting into the groove with the AK as well, not something we see a lot. Cajun B is 11-7, really good at utilizing the map control that he gets. The 3 star players are playing nice. Nico is stepping up as well. Snappy, no real need for him to get a lot of frags because he's kind of controlling them on the T side. It gets way easier for him to get frags on the CT side, where he can make more plays. Optic are looking as they should look right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is what Pimp and me and all the other Danish guys are talking about. This is what Optic can do.
Wow, Alu, whatever they can do, he can do too. He's going to get 2 with the UMP, but eventually finished off by the AW. Sergey on the flank, he draws a lot of attention, but unfortunately, because of the range of this weapon, Aerial can't take that duel. Eventually, they walk out into the open, so he's going to get himself 1, but the second not expected, and that is a mistake to make. Optic, 10 rounds on the half. Very dominant T-side. Risk, as you said earlier, ENCE, they are a strong T-sided team on this map, so we have to remember that as we head into half number 2.
That is true. And it's also a very structured team. Something that with the coach they brought in and with the general idea that is also brought in by, of course, Nato and all the guys in that organization, want to play some good, beautiful, structured CS. But hopefully, look at the coach. We saw his notebook there. We couldn't see what was written, but there was definitely plenty of notes. So surely they have something written down to counter whatever ENCE have to throw against them, unless they found something new out. Maybe they prepared some specific stuff for this map. Maybe they're a bit ready into, like, Optic probably going to pick new.
One of the worrying factors is that no one is really shining through for ENCE right now.
Nope.
Obviously, Sergey, one of the stars of this team, bottom of the board, 4 kills right now, bottom. That's not what you want for, you know, arguably one of the better players.
37.5 ADR for Sergey. That's, like, weird. Like, I don't even understand that. Usually, like, the lowest ADR I've ever seen him with in general is like 60. And that's a bad game for him.
Well, we need someone to step up here for ENCE into the second half. We need a bit of a light at the end of this tunnel, because otherwise Optic are going to be training them home. Sergey, fast A play. He's down the, well, yeah, he's down the vents. His body is, at least. His dead, lifeless corpse as Config takes the head off, and he's not done with one. He's hungry for more. Won't be able to find it. Does hide on the ladder to try and block anyone moving forward. You can see he's got his knife out as well. Config ready to bring in some dirty tactics here.
He just communicated, like, I'm in the vent, I got my knife, I'm gonna block them, you guys can take your drawers, it's okay. Ooh. Good damage being done though. But answer back from Cajun B on the ramp, Snabby's rotated downstairs after being dinked. 9 HP on him, leaves secret open, LXCB. Vent is now open for business, at least the first part of it. But Alexi's just walking into the bomb site.
Yeah, he's got to watch that heaven wrap though. Cajun's moving up into position, and oh, he's gone below him. LXB not going to be able to find the finishing blow, but he does get the information. And as a result, he can call for his team to come A. There's the chance, but he whiffs it, and that's a big whiff as well. While Alu has made this a 3-on-3, that one frag could have made this a reality, and it has happened. Both players lapped up for Optic very, very low, and Alu's holding any kind of outside wrap as well. This means they can just focus on the heaven and the lobby, as well as events. So quite a lot to cover here, but they've got the manpower to do it. X7 waiting for that contact in heaven. LXB still playing the bottom of the site below. And Yugi, he just doesn't want to strafe out wide. He doesn't want to give himself any chance of going down easily. He wants to try and find an overextending ENCE player, but unfortunately for him, not getting the opportunity. And they're just going to save the armor. Probably the wise call to make. A bit of an unrealistic round to win. And Optic, maybe with them saving the armor and having a pretty significant lead, we could be seeing that second round force.
Wait and see here what they're going to go for. They could go for the scout buy. That's something that I know Yugi would absolutely love. And maybe get Config, potentially even Nico on a Desert Eagle. There's the potential for a good round here for Optic.
I'm excited to see what they pull into it, because obviously this is ENCE's chance now to get back into the game. A pistol round and already a known strong T-side on this map.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to invest into it. It's going to be the buy next round.
That's fine. I mean, the only issue with that is it means Yugi is not going to have the AWP into the first buy, but that being said, ENCE probably won't either. If they're clean in this one, they're just going to run bonus, so we'll see. Depends on the damage Optic pull into this round. We've got Yard under the control of ENCE. They've already taken it, and now the smokes will start to go down, at least one to cut off main. Now this definitely, without Garage, can be an issue with Optic, because they have no idea where ENCE are. Luckily enough, Cajun is somewhat in position, but he's going to let them pass down towards B. He doesn't want to take that fight.
Yeah, like there's no reason for him to take like a mid to long range fight with a USP against what potentially could be an AK. So he's just calling, I've sold this area. You guys have to be aware of this. And Snappy's holding the ramp if the splits should come in. So they got like the best setup they can have in this situation, but it's such a bad situation in general. Like Pizza 50 is the best weapon they have. If they can get 1 or 2 kills out of this, they'll be happy on Optic.
Well, 2 down on ramp is something good to say. At least Snappy finds 1. His teammate's already been decapitated. And Alexa B, he's up for heads. Finding 2 frags down on the ramp opens up that B bomb site. And yeah, okay, Optic may have been ready for it, but it's not going to be able to stop these oncoming tide of Finns. B is there as Aerial just misses the timing to Cajun B, but he is going to be able to catch out Nico, who's also coming in from the back. Alu, oh, he checks it, nothing there. Looking back for more. Spray continues as he finds 2. Got to watch his back line as Cajun B tries to strike from behind, but the trade is already there for ENCE to keep this round as theirs.
There's still 2 frags.
Yeah, decent Nico.
The sad thing is that it wasn't a full AK buy, so it's not like they're denying straight AKs. They can still get, I think, 2 AKs and a UMP into the next round. But this is the buy now coming in from Optic. And as you said, they don't have enough money to get an AWP on Yugi, I think. So he's going to be on the AWP. Same as Snappy. Let's see how it's going to play around this.
Look at the speed outside as well. 2 players going immediately into the yard. 1 man dropping vent as well. That's not the bomb, but there's still a player down behind enemy lines. And Cajun, he's got to watch out for these players that are crossing outside. He does catch Alu in the meantime. That's going to help. Yugi's also here, but not scoped in time means Aerial wins that battle. Now down to a 4-on-4 with still this B control under the hands of ENCE.
Config just holding the angle, saying, okay, yes, we're going to give them secret, but they cannot cross and take control towards heaven and windows. Just hold that angle, make sure they can't go any further. But the spend control here from Alexa B could prove very important.
It's almost like they want to jump back up into the A bomb site potentially, with him hanging around for so long.
Config's now risking it, going outside, taking this chance, taking this duel, but Aerial's completely ready for it. And he's ready for a second player as well outside. And there is a second player here, it's just, he might even get this. Oh, Aerial, he read that like a book.
Just like that, the A site is looking even more tantalizing. So Sergey opens up towards it. Nico gets caught out. And Snappy, who rotated earlier because of Alexa B's vent dive, is now on the wrong side of the map. Or, well, not the wrong side of the map, but the wrong level. He's down 2 floors.
It's not something we say a lot in Counter-Strike. Yeah. Usually it's all flat and horizontal, but on Nuke it gets vertical.
Yeah, and it's getting a bit difficult as well for Optic, with ENCE now starting to find their groove on this terrorist half. This is going to be an 8th round, a 3rd in a row. So it was 10-5 for Optic after the first. So yet to find success, but that's fine. Got a couple more buy rounds before ENCE are going to be back in the lead, so...
Snappy. We'll survive for now. I don't think they're going to commit anymore to hunting him. Yeah, Aerial, he had the idea that he could go ram and try to secure the kill, but with only 3 players alive, they can't really afford it. Their economy, yes, it's scoring to plus 5k on average, but they don't want to like risk anything just yet. This is still like early days, they're still behind. You don't want to throw away any advantage you have money-wise. So survive with 3 players, even though, yes, they get the AWP into the next round. Most importantly is your own play. This is going to be obviously the full save apart from the AWP, so you see probably a standard quick rush outside, not really gonna show much of their strat book in this one, and just hold for the anti-eco, hold for the push. If the push doesn't come, quick rush somewhere, take mid-range duels. And hopefully for all the Finnish fans out there, an easy round for them.
Yeah, you'd like to think this would be easy for ENCE indeed, but I will hold my tongue until I see Snappy. He's going to rotate right. He's in the yard, and that's where the majority of the team are as well, trying to fight this position, but
really
already removed. Yeah, good utility usage from ENCE. Not going to be a problem. With that gone, even if someone picks it up, it's armorless. It's not a problem. cajunB's found the weapon, but ooh, hello. Nico's got a good position. If Alu even wins this fight, he's being baited into the push, but oh my god, Alu, he's just cleaning kills left, right, and center. Finally, Config hits a deep shot, but it's going to be a small consolation in an otherwise dire round for Optic, 2v4.
One thing that we can note as well, that's, oh wait, wait a second, Nico picks up one, gets a gun as well. Hold that thought for now. Config very close to hitting that deagle shot, but they know that the only way that Nico can get up right now in that position is through the stair or up the staircase, with the ladder even. He's going to have to save this one. There's no reason to go in and with 1 HP try to take a duel. If he can survive here, he will.
For now, let's see, because he spotted ahead.
He's holding a cheeky angle.
That's a goblin angle right there. There's no, yeah. He's hiding in his hidey hole.
I've never heard that expression before.
Don't go near my forklift. He's out in the construction yard looking to dig some graves. Oh, he forgot his shovel. That's going to be 9 for ENCE.
My point was that what we saw from ENCE was actually that a lot of the players, because they know they're up against an eco, they're playing anti-eco, which also means that they're not revealing or using any of their smokes. Basically, when you're playing up against an eco and you have full buy, you can just flash your way in because you already have the advantage with the direct duel, so you don't need to use your smokes. Very, very nice. Such a small thing, such a small save in money. But it's all those small things if you combine them, add them together.
On top of that as well, if you go for smokes, pistols can easily push through that and be a problem.
Exactly.
But this round, ENCE, look at the pace, or at least look at X7. He's right down B. I like how they do this off of spawn. It's not necessarily one player always doing this, like how Cajun did on the T side. It's whoever has the best spawn for this vent dive goes for it. Oh, the timing! That's awkward. X7. And even on away.
Even on the CT side, Cajun around the vents.
He just loves that B side. It's in his name. It's in his blood.
Definitely. Sergey still hasn't found success on this map. And I feel like that's one of the factors, like if they add Sergey into the mix right now, like it's a tied game almost. If they add Sergey stepping up into the mix, I think ENCE could take this map, but we haven't seen him yet. And so far, if he doesn't step up to the plate, this is going to be very, very close.
And this is a key round as well, because ENCE, they've been flawless this half so far, all 4 rounds going their way. If Optic finally pick up one, maybe they could shut this down before it really begins.
Good smoke in the beginning.
Yugi's going to be up to get it.
That's the problem. LXCB, not exactly sure where he was on the map. Probably another place, but the smoke, no position for him to smoke that early smoke. That means that Yugi has a free range shot and the triple lock setup. Claim another kill as Nico grabs one. Technically it's first kill. Could have gotten more. And will get more. That gun is ridiculous.
Yeah. Cajun's in a great spot as well, considering he's low. He's not exactly contesting the B site too heavily. He's not trying to stop Sneaker presence, but he is in a one and done spot, and that's exactly what he'll get. One, and he's done. Sergey left for the clutch, 6 seconds left up, and Snappy's already on the hunt. He knows there was no time for the bomb plant there, so he had to take the fight. And just like that, it's Optic taking back victory. Their first round on the CT side could be the start of something at least going their way. However, that being said, ENCE still have money risk, so resets on the cards here.
It's possible for sure. And with the Mach 10 on X7, we could potentially see a quick indoor rush. Maybe explosion timing. LXCB trying to get into a good angle here, flash misses. Alexi will actually lose some HP to this, and Config will hold it down. They're gonna split inside now. Ooh. Yugi missed the shot, but Config is there. cajunB down the vent.
Ooh, makes up for it. Fake flash not gonna work. Config still ready on the angle. Sergey does find a key entry. Sergey coming back to life. Exactly what we said was needed, and it will open up the A bomb site. No one left here for Optic. We do have the yard still under their control. There's actually still one more man inside. It's Cajun. He's making it work. It looked great for ENCE for just a modicum of a moment, but now it's Sergey left to find the ace. He's on 3 with all the time in the world, but the bomb not at his feet. It's in the middle of the site. And Yugi and Snappy still left alive. Yugi's tagged up, however. This is certainly doable for Sergey. It's going to require some real heroics.
Which is ironic because Yugi and Snappy come straight from heroic.
That was somewhat the joke.
I killed it, I'm sorry.
He's just clearing out. Yugi's already on the hunt, though, so if Sergey does want to win this round, he's got to go ahead of it. He's got to move quick. So Snappy, rather, already on the angle, already prepared. It is going to be the round to Optic. That got very, very scary.
No heroics this time around.
No. That was a
That's
while
like
ago.
an opposite Christmas present. I just took something away from you. But yeah, that's the thing, right? Yes, we wanted Sergey to come back into the game, but the rest of the team needs to be there as well. He needs to be an addition to something else. He cannot just grab like 3 frags of his own and then it's going to be a close game. Communication here in ENCE. Not exactly sure if it's a timeout or if it's just a freeze time. But the coach coming in with a few bits and pieces. It is a tactical timeout. And ENCE will just have a few seconds to talk about what has gone wrong in these last couple of rounds, what we can do better. Sergey now being added into the mix, definitely a possibility of going in and trading your way into a bomb site now that he feels warmed up. And that's also something you can as an in-game leader. You can kind of feel out where your players are. Like, are they ready? Are they warm for like going for a duel-based strategy? And maybe now Sergey feels that way. So when we see the buy next round, there might be 5 AKs straight for that A push.
Ooh, yeah. ENCE have done this almost every round this T side. I think Optic are finally working it out. They're not letting these vent splits continue to be a problem for them. Dealing with it very well. Yuki also cuts down aerial outside, so yes, okay, ENCE do get in secret, but getting there is half the battle. Config is the other half, and he's only going to get 1. That's an AK given over. Armor on Alu as well, but close window position. He doesn't spot it. Someone's going to call it for him. Alu needs to get this kill right now, but he's going to fall short. Only X7 with a pistol, and a little bit too much to ask for. Another 1 frag, but it won't be enough. That could have been a winnable round there for ENCE.
I think they're going to go for the quick inside play now. The question is if it's going to be an explosion, which with potentially flashbangs with the windows up top, or maybe the Molo on hot, or it's going to be straight on spawn based. That either one of those is a good choice in my opinion right now, but they need to add some pace to it, trade their way into the bomb site. They got 5 AKs, this is definitely possible.
It's a bit smaller, at least towards Squeaky this time. They finally realized that maybe the event dive is not a good option. And it's been mollied every round that Optic have had the utility in the incendiaries. Cajun with a great angle to catch an outside player, but those smokes are going to cut it off. So Yugi, he needs to go big, but there's only 1 player here to stop him, and he will not stop Yugi.
So I think the theory here is to get 1 into that vent position, and that opens up the whole round, and then you can go for mid-round call to either go downstairs or go into vent and then go for the upstairs split. Now X7 has found 1. That's toward the ramp. They now have ramp control. Here's when the mid-round call needs to come in for the T side. What are we going to do? This is what we have at our disposal. What's the correct answer?
Control will tell us the game plan for now. 3 Molotovs, 1 smoke. Not exactly the best of situations for ENCE, but they have the map control at least, and they've kept Optic back.
They're going to go back.
Not going to try and keep the ramp. They'll go back towards A, and oh dear, look at this setup. Optic have 2 players committed within the bomb site.
They're ready for this.
Very strong setup. ENCE, they may have the flashbangs to get themselves in, but they don't know the positions that Optic currently hold.
This position from Config is so good.
That being said, 3 Molotovs. It's just coming down to whether ENCE realize it. 30 seconds, and they don't have time to mess around.
They're waiting for Alu to go main, and then they're going to explode inside. The question is, how many frags are Config going to get? 2 and then rotate away? Oh, he's going to peek aggressively. That might be a mistake. They should Molo it out now, but he's going for the duel. He's going for the frags, and only going to get 1. Cajun B, though.
Yeah, it's only 10 seconds. They need to go. Cajun's still here. Cajun's still being a problem, and they're going to try and get this bomb plant in, surely, but Cajun could just deny it through the wall. He peeks out wide. Alu defends it. Definitely a missed opportunity there from Cajun, but maybe expecting a closer player. Yugi now left up with the clutch. He may have got the opening kill this round, but he's got a 1v2 to close it out, and they're both at the back of the site. They're both ready and waiting side by side. Yugi has no idea just yet. He's creeping. He's crawling. He's got nades, but they've got the double peek. ENCE find it. 10 rounds here on the T side. It eventually happens. It was a few in a row for Optic, but it'll eventually stop.
Nice mid-round call there. And also, yeah, I'm not sure if it's one of those plays like the play that Config makes. If he gets 2 kills and rotates away, that's genius. But when he only gets 1 for 1 and loses map control in a really, really good position, I don't know. I just feel like the
very
position,
config play.
Yeah, exactly. The position he has is so good, but now they're going to go for another vent dive. LXCB straight down.
Yeah, they've broken the money, funnily enough. Optic won 3 rounds in a row, but ENCE finally pick up 1 T-side round, and now Optic are on eco. So there's no incendiaries to stop that vent dive this time. LXCB's given that B control, and even if he doesn't get kills here, just him being in this B site, it's such a problem for Optic. They've got to dedicate players to dealing with it, and that gives more room for more players to move up and take down, and walk down this B site. They've taken the yard, they pushed in through secret, LXCB, X7, everyone chiming in. It is just a clean-up crew. Just that 1 UMP left up on Snappy, and frankly, this is looking as done as can be. ENCE up to 11 rounds after this. And flawless as well, which is very important to actually having a good money situation, because if Optic win the next buy round and ENCE didn't take a clean one here, they could have been reset onto 14 rounds.
Snappy in this situation is staying around because they have plenty of money to buy next round. As much damage as you can do here is basically the play. There's no real reason to save a UMP. So let's see what he can do. Just dancing around, but they're going to rotate away from him.
And the player chasing only had a UMP anyway, so it's not like Snappy can get that upgrade. It's the same weapon.
Yeah. So the question is now, like, are they going to throw that UMP over to Nico to really go for the money play, or are they just going to throw it away?
Tough decisions, but this is still an Optic's control for now. They shouldn't be too nervous.
Well, they have the buy coming in now.
Cage has been great on opening kills this game. He is 6 and 2 in those opening duels. Very, very key to actually be finding them for Optic. It's opened up a lot of rounds, especially on that first half where they got 10. Cajun was always finding picks on that B-bomb spike. But now, the AWP is back in the hands of UV. Snappy holds on to the UMP, taking a hit for the team. Aerial, fast drop. It will be hurt by that AWP outside, but Nico, he's ready for it. Only ready for one, however. The AWP missing the shot, and Sergey's also found an entry while X7 doubles down. The swivel will not work out, but the dive up then will from Cajun. He drops one more. Unfortunately, that leaves it to just one. Snappy in a 1v2.
He's upgraded, but only on 39 HP. AK-47 in hand, and Alu will shut it down. Very nice round from ENCE. Quick pace. Destroying Optic.
Yeah, especially when they know that obviously Optic have just been mulling over exactly what ENCE are going to be doing in that previous eco. Finally comes to the buy, and ENCE don't give Optic even a second to think. They just charge at a bomb site. Interesting note, while it didn't make too much of a difference, instead of going for the typical Molotovs towards door that they didn't have, they put Cajun down in B, and as he rotated up at the vent, that, you know, he was in the vent the entire round. That meant that if we had a drop in from LXCB or X7, for example, Cajun would have been there to shut it down.
Straight to Kerr.
So Optic still switching things up, despite maybe not having the incendiaries to stop the fast play. They put players in positions to deal with the tendencies of ENCE.
The first pause is taken by Optic, and it's also where, like, it really comes down to the buy. They're pressured right now. Feel the need to take a pause just to get everything under control on this CT side. This is obviously not going to be the round, but next round, that's where all these small little plays that I've just been talking about, they come into play.
Oh, heavy outside. We've got 3 players here, already starting to back off a little bit, but they have Eagles on some of them, so range isn't going to be the biggest issue. However, Ed's very well armed. Aerial's already working his way down towards Secret. He gets shot from behind. That means Alu is now ready for these peaks. And 2 players already separately spotted, gives information to ENCE. They probably might just try and take these fights, because if they can get rid of a couple of early players and not have to push into what could be a stacked B bomb site, that would be a problem. But 7 already from above, getting 1. LXCB chiming in to try and do some damage, but it's actually Yugi to go down after Config gets a single kill from that main position. He might be able to get a little bit more. P250 is so dangerous, but Alu, he's going to be a little more dangerous.
He is a dangerous man. 2 pistols remaining and armor on Nico. Surely not round changing at this point, but potentially 1 or 2 AKs taken away from ENCE. That would be the wish list right now, to take 2 AKs away, make sure the economy doesn't go to crazy obscene amounts. Ooh, don't get the first one, and now it's all on Nico.
Yeah, 5.7, not really the best gun for range.
Definitely not.
Luckily, Nico's close in the A site. They might not check this. He's pushed into the hut. He's got to be aware that they are wrapping him. And all turned around was Sergey, but he flicks right back in time.
Sergey's getting back into it. Like, he had a terrible start to this game, but in these last 5 rounds, he's actually been quite decent.
Yeah, still never won an opening duel, but that's not what we really know Sergey for anyway. He's at least coming back into his own. Yep, sitting on 13 kills right now. Still bottom of the board, considering he had 5 after the first half. This is definitely a resurgence. You're right.
Nice. Yeah, nice to see so many people coming out as well. Like, it's been a couple of DreamHacks in another hall, but now we're back where CS is supposed to be on top level. So are Optic.
It just seems like ENCE cannot take the lead here. Every time they equal up the scoreline, Optic pull out an absolute blinder of a round. ENCE have not once had more rounds than Optic this game. And I don't think this one's going to be any different, even with Sergey putting up a frag. His teammates are all dead. He's got to go huge. Second angle predicted.
He's so good.
8 HP, I mean, 1 wallbang and he's done and dusted.
It's not enough, and it's not going to be enough, but the level on this kid is insane. And even though he's in elimination game, he has a terrible start. Somehow, some way, he still manages to bring himself back during the game. It's not he needs a break to go outside and have some fresh air or something. It's in the middle while he's playing, he picks himself up. Very strong mental attitude in this youngster. Sergey might have been shadow spotted there, but he definitely heard the fire. Oh, config is on point. 14-13.
Yeah, it looked like he had the angle there for a second. Yep. Config, I assumed, was looking the wrong way, but no, gets away with it. Does shut it down for Optic. Nice to not see anyone hunting down that final kill. Just do not give Sergey the opportunity to 1v5. Just not what you want to do.
Definitely not.
He can really win those clutches, but for now, we're going to need more than that for ENCE, as they're down up against 14. This has definitely been a back and forth affair, a close game, as the desk predicted. That Molotov outside will stop any outside smokes for ENCE. It will make them bloom early, which leaves gaps. But ENCE aren't going for the cross smokes, at least not for now.
This is a very important round. ENCE will be able to buy if they lose this. It's not going to be the best buy in the world. They're not going to be able to get an AWP onto Elo unless Sergey drops something over. So this is where they need to make their stand. Optic on the other side of things, already now spending a lot of their utility. Only 2 smokes left at 120, and Snappy goes down on the ramp. CajunB's rotating down towards the lower bomb site. Aerial, slow and surely, making his way through Secret. This is going to be the B split, but CajunB's ready.
Oh, he's got the cross. He's got 2 bullets to the head of 1. Finds a second. CajunB is mopping up these ENCE players on the B bomb site once again. He has just been the bastion of hope here for Optic. And he's not done just yet. Nico coming in with a clean-up kill, and the bomb does go down for ENCE, but they're still a man disadvantaged. Alu's up with the AWP on ramp. He can try and watch the cross, but Alexibi has so many angles to worry about. Alu needs to win this duel, and CajunB forces out a fight. Nade going in, smoke to cut it off, but that forces a pick from Alexibi. All the information in the hands of Optic. They can go charging into the bomb site. Alu does trade 1, but he's alone, and that's not going to be happening. Optic find 15 here on their map pick. Every time ENCE get close, Optic just go 1 step ahead. Now 2 rounds in the lead, and ENCE maybe not strong enough for Nuke.
And this is the picture that we expected to see between these 2 teams. Very high level, such a close game individually, very closely matched as well. Optic a tight, slight bit stronger here, but this is their map choice, so it's kind of expected. Potentially the same picture we're going to see, but switched around. 63.
Favor return though. Cajun gets hit to 8. Luckily enough, Yugi wins another fight outside. He's not really been challenged too much with his AWP. We've not seen Alu on the T side. And while Alu is top of his team, he is no longer for this world. It's actually just frags coming in left and right for Optic. They're pushing up. They're just looking to close out this game here and now, taking control towards ramp. And it's going to be left to Alexibi alone in this bomb site. That plant can come in. The Heaven Wrap will not be fast enough because Alexibi planted on the other side, but the Molotov will make him move. He's got to pick a position. This corner will be it. The smoke to try and cut off main. This gives Alexibi a little more freedom of movement, and he might have spotted that head. He might know that player's out, but he's not going to be ready for it. Snappy finds the frag, and Optic find the map. 16-13. The Danes do dominate their way forward. And while it was a close affair from ENCE, close is not enough. We're heading to train.
Denmark still stands. Nuke as the bastion and CajunB as the dominator on that lower bomb site. Absolutely insane play from him, time and time again, with the M4, but mostly with the AWP. And He's looking very, very hot, and so are like the rest of Optic. Very nicely done. Everyone's stepping up. We saw all the usual suspects, the guy we expect to do well on this team. They're doing exactly well. They need to step up. They've done it so far. Can they continue? That's the question. I
mean, it's looking great for them. I wouldn't count them out of winning this game. I mean, training is obviously a map that both these teams are going to be able to play. That being said, I predicted the 3 map at the start. I'm going to stick with it. I think ENCE can bounce back from this loss, but it's definitely looking like a better Optic than we saw on day number 1, losing to Bravado on Dust 2, if we remember that.
Yeah, so for sure.
If we head to Dust 2 as a final map, the map that both these teams initially lost earlier yesterday, it's anyone's game, but obviously Train coming up next. What are your expectations?
I think it's going to be ENCE. I'm going to agree with you. I think we're going to go all the way, but we're going to have a small break, and then we're going to be back with Train. It's going to be coming up just after this.
Join Cell 7 in the upcoming Soma Worlds tournament. After so many league victories, switching teams this close to the tournament appears to be a deliberate move to destroy Coda's chance at the title.
Your exclusive ticket to esports.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Introducing Strafe. Now it's easy to keep track of all your esports. With Strafe in your pocket, it's less hassle and more esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
We spend 1/10 of our lives socializing with family and friends. We spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping. We spend almost half of our lives sitting down. So if sitting down is so important to us, shouldn't we make sure to sit with the most comfort? Then there is only one clear choice.
Crank it up.
Fashion has always been a part of me. Latar belakang pendidikan saya adalah fashion designer, dan karir di industri ini dimulai ketika saya dan partner saya memiliki ide untuk berjualan baju. Karena melihat sambutan yang baik dari teman-teman, kami memutuskan untuk fokus dalam mengembangkan label kami, Cotton Ink. Saya dan Nara sering banget main bareng. Kadang saya pura-pura jadi binatang yang dia suka ketika membacakan cerita untuknya. Harapan saya ketika mengajak Nara berimajinasi bersama adalah dia dapat melihat hal-hal dari sudut pandang yang baru dan luas. Setiap anak memiliki hak untuk menjadi apa yang mereka inginkan. Biarkan mereka bereksplorasi sampai akhirnya menemukan hal yang paling mereka ingin lakukan. Seperti halnya ketika saya membangun Cotton Ink, kumpulkan pengalaman sebanyak mungkin. Cobain hal-hal baru sampai kalian menemukan apa yang paling kalian suka. Be open-minded, be confident, and believe in yourself. Dari kecil, saya selalu suka dengan Barbie. Sebagai perempuan, Barbie memainkan peranan yang cukup penting di masa kecil saya. I think every little girl deserves to own a Barbie once in her life. Barbie itu lebih dari sekedar mainan, tetapi juga sebagai role model untuk anak-anak perempuan. Lebih dari 59 tahun, Barbie menghadirkan sosok dan berbagai macam karir yang dapat menginspirasi. Mereka dapat berimajinasi, sekaligus mengenal hal-hal baru sambil bermain. Terima kasih Barbie yang telah menginspirasi jutaan anak Indonesia untuk menjadi apapun yang mereka inginkan. Kini saatnya para ibu untuk terus mendukung dan melihat bahwa mereka bisa mewujudkannya.
It's late December and I'm counting the sleeps. Wanna wrap you up good, don't care for presents or treats. I'll throw a party, but it's only for two. We can jingle bell rock, I got the measure of you. Honey, you know your love is too good to miss. Well, this year I have only one wish. So hear me say, get on your sleigh. Your glass, won't you hurry right here? I'm in the mood for romance. Come take me under the mistletoe and let me know that this feeling will last. Honey, you know your love is too good to miss. Well, this year I have only one wish. So hear me say, get on your sleigh. If you go borrow his ride, get on your sleigh. Boy, your lips are delicious. Give me kisses for Christmas. Get on your sleigh. Don't think Santa would mind if you go borrow his ride. Get on your sleigh. Boy, your lips are delicious. Give me kisses for Christmas. I can kiss.
This Christmas, I'll dream of a private yacht. Sail anywhere if it's hot. But I got the dream that's making me beam. It's you, me, and mistletoe. I'll dream of a Christmas tree lit up with a gift for me. But this I insist is top of the list. It's you, me, and mistletoe. Twinkling lights, crackling fire, let's watch the snow. Wintry nights, full of desire that dreams only know. Don't you know, this song is for you, my dear. This Christmas I long to hear that finally the theme is more than a dream about you, me, and mistletoe. Of a happy throng, good friends and a Christmas song. But perfect for me is a party of three. That's you, me, and mistletoe. I'll listen to children sing, no doubt in the joy they bring. But my heart's desire is away from the choir. It's you, me, and mistletoe. Jingling bells, cozy hotels, we're dressed for snow. All that I miss is a Christmassy kiss from an angel I know. This Christmas, hold up on that private jet. It ain't made me happy yet, but holding you near is the height of my year. Yes, you, me, and mistletoe. I'll dream of our rendezvous, our evergreen spot for two. This Christmas, a dream will come true for you, me, and mistletoe.
a nuclear performance from Optic on that first map. We're going to see if ENCE's training pays off as we head over to the second here. This will be their pick in map number 2 of this best of 3, and at least I think, and I think you agree, that this is going 3 maps.
Yeah, the question is, will Cajun B have an MVP performance? That's the question.
Very possible. I think Yugi's another big talking point when we come into this game. Obviously, Train, a great map for Orpus. Ali performed excellently over on Yugi. We didn't see too much AWPing from either side, and Yugi, bottom of the board, by no means a bad performance from him. He was still positive, he was still coming in clutch, but yeah, not really tried and tested in that yard. So now we head to a map that's really made for AWPing. You do definitely want to see that Yugi-Alo battle.
And also a map that's made for like having a good secondary AWP, and that's where Cajun comes into play, because Cajun is a very, very good secondary AWP. Back when he was playing in North, sometimes he was used as like the primary AWP, and it wasn't really the best position in my opinion, and you know, some of the other teams he's had, it's like, it's not really working out. But as a secondary AWP coming in on maps like Train, I think he's definitely really, really, really useful, especially when you play him on opposite sides of, let's say, a guy like Yugi. You don't want to run into Yugi, so you go the other way, but Cajun has such a good turret AWP. He can just sit and hold an angle, and he'll hit 9 out of 10 shots in that position. So I'm looking forward to see how they're going to do on the CT side. Their T side is still... It can be refined, the T side of Optic, to be honest. It's on the CT side where I feel like they're the best, but let's wait and see how it goes.
Yeah, we saw those pistol round stats as well. Currently 2 for 2. Both teams are 50-50 on their pistols so far this tournament, so there's no deciding factor there. Obviously, very, very important. More so for the likes of ENCE, who don't have that buffer of a previous map to fall back on. Optic can always go forward to Dust 2, and as noted earlier, both these teams played Dust 2 initially in the group stage yesterday. So in terms of going back and learning tendencies, there's going to be plenty of research done, I'm sure, for both of these guys. Either way, though, that's not happening just yet. We've got Train first. We've got Optic with a chance of knocking ENCE out here of DreamHack Winter. Or we've got ENCE bouncing back and bringing us to 3. Let's find out.
I think with the current scorelines and the current stats on this map, ENCE still have to be considered favorites. But Optic, they have the opportunity of, as you say, knocking this one out of the park early on. If they get that momentum going, as we talked about on Nuke, they could definitely get into a position where they have a shot of just closing it out early, but everyone has to deliver.
Oh, and X7's already flashed out. Luckily, Sergey is round the corner. They can't get out the ramp because Sergey is decapitating them one by one. Snappy's all that stands now for Optic. What a blinding start for ENCE. X7 drawing in the players only for Sergey to send them home. And Snappy, he is, well, all alone.
Yeah, it's very hard for him to do anything, and yeah, of course, like going for basically the click flash play towards lower, like it's not a bad strategy. Just when you're up against the potential 2-2-1 stack, it's not the right choice in my opinion. But it's always hard to know what your opponent is doing in a specific pistol round, and that's the one thing. Like, this is only a small example of their playbook on Train, but I still feel like it's still kind of limited. They definitely win most of their stuff on the CT side. And Optic Gaming, in my opinion, if they can get five rounds on T, they'll probably be happy. If they can get anything more than 5, they'll be elated.
Well, we've got that force here, so they're going to be ecoing that 3rd and buying up 4th. Interesting decision on the T side, but that's very much based around wanting to get the AWP into the hands of Yugi. You can see him saving. The force is more common right now with this economy to be on the CT side, as you know, the 3rd round buy is pretty trash anyway if you go for the full eco on USPs. So this is definitely a bit of a surprise, but I wouldn't blame Optic for this decision. I think it's nice to see them putting so much focus on what should be one of the star performers of this map. For now, though, walking into the meat grinder, that is the SMG. They have armor, and a 1-for-1 is pretty good for Optic. They're going to come bursting out to this B bomb site, but that's where Sergey sits, and you know he's so damn good. Already starting off this map fantastically. 3 more kills from him. He tries to deny the bomb part. He's going to be a little bit late to the party, but he does eventually put out the candles. And this is great to see Sergey starting things off well, considering that previous map.
So also what we can see from this buy is the fact that this is Optic saying, yes, we don't want to have that straight up buy. We don't want to have an AK round in our first buy round, and that's like when you lose the pistol and save money and get for the 3rd round buy. We want to get an AWP on Yugi as quickly as possible. That means that this time around, Yugi's going to save $1,000. We're going to go for the Deagle Force, see what we get. If we get the bomb side, that's even better, because then Yugi can get some utility as well when we buy up. And Yeah, you can see it right now in the money. They're buying Deagle pistols, yes, but Yugi's on 3,800. The rest of the team around 2K. They're going to have a really nice buy coming into the next round.
And Alu waits for no one. He's already on that AWP, so very early on.
Just this time, Alu waits for no one.
See if Optic can catch out any of these players. Obviously, ENCE should be expecting deals, as you said, considering that bomb plant. A bit more money for Optic to play with for now, but already Config tagged down. Alexa finishing off Snappy, and the smoke on Ivy going to be concealing Optic for just a few more seconds. Config's really not getting lucky this round.
7 here with a spam for the smoke. Spots one and technique around the 46 HP. Smoke right side. We'll open backline for them, but X7 already rotating down to hold the backline. Every single time that Optic try to do something in these rounds, ENCE have the correct answer. Oh, Alexi B.
Uh-oh. You could catch the timing here. Alexi B luckily on the angle, but Nico has snuck by somewhat. If Alexi B reloads, oh no, that could be the repeat. The Deagle can come around the corner, and Nico's grabbed himself a gun, and an opportunity here for Optic on a round that never should have even been in contention. Alu and X7 keep things alive for now. The killer piece leaves Yugi and Config left
this is such
standing.
a good position.
While Yugi's flanked, he may be able to drop the AWP, but he won't be able to retrieve it with that flank from Connector. He is caught in the corner. And with no time left up, ENCE just going to completely solidify this round. A little bit dangerous, but it is still third.
Surviving with 3 players, ENCE here, and also bringing the AWP into the next round. Got a little bit close to the end, but they're fine with that. But here comes the buy. This is what they were waiting for. You're going to get that AWP on Yugi. Going to get almost full sets of utility. Config only with a smoke, but that's fine. You need Config to just go in and focus on the frags, not on the utility. That's what you have the players like Nico and Snappy for when you go into the mid-round. First true test of these two teams on this map.
It's nice to see Config actually just saving $1,000, because that can help them drop over the AWP later, and as a result, you know, he's just going to be going first into the bomb site, so chances are he doesn't need flashbangs, he doesn't need Molotovs. The smoke is always going to be required. Great position for Sergey. He yet to die in this map so far. He's 8-0. He's going to be forced off the angle, and that's when the wallbang can come in. He is like a lamb to the slaughter, and Config opening up his butcher. He's already found one. The B site open for the taking, and the bomb plant down for Optic. Leaves ENCE in the retake.
Fortunate timing for the Molotov, and smoke goes down to the back lane. Yugi not going to bang in the smoke, holds the top spot. 4v5 retake. Still possible, but time is ticking away.
That was a really nice spot from Config there. He climbs on top of the train, and he stays on the ladder, so his head is only the thing exposed. He spots a player back right CT, and then just drops and relays that information. Then he peeks oil to hold the angle. So not only was he spotted, which gives misinformation considering his reposition, but he can relay the info to his team.
Very nicely done. And only one player dying in this round. Both teams will come out with decent weaponry saved. More than decent on the T side, since everyone actually survives.
Yeah.
Very nicely done.
Not going to be a problem for the rebuy for ENCE either, considering they won the first 3 rounds, so they've got money left in the bank.
Up on Alu. This Config is coming in with the knife tricks. He's going to need more than that. Currently 1 and 3. We certainly expect him to be on at least a positive scoreline as one of the potential star players for Optic. Ariel holding outside of Pop. Technically holding 2 positions at this current time. But once again, Optic are working on the inside. Working on that B-bomb side. No one's holding close, but there are 2 players here. Deep Molotov as the flash timing comes in. Gonna hold them back for now.
Ooh. There we go. Nice start from Sergey. Yugi. He's left the bomb down ramp. He can't go back and retrieve it. They're walking into the lines of sight from Alu. Sergey eventually does get traded by Nico on the bomb site, but he does not hold for too much longer. Yugi's on the AK now, and he has traded one, but Alu's still going to be holding strong at the back of the site. The 2-piece setup of Alu and Sergey has just been unstoppable so far. And KJB will do his best, and he's actually found 2. In the blink of an eye, this is down to a 1-on-1 versus the A rotation of Alexa B, but he's already on this site, and the bomb's still down in the open. Mind games ensuing, and the longer Cajun waits, the more Alexa B has to be aware of a possible flank.
He doesn't have a smoke. If he had the smoke, he could smoke lurk on towards upper, but only flashbang. He actually has anything else but a smoke. LXCB on a pretty standard angle on lower. Very hard to do a flash timing when you just 1v1. So KGB will have to go for the straight angle. Upper is the best choice, and who's going to win this? Who's going to have the timing? Who's going to have the window? KGB spots the head, and he's going to take the duel and win it. KGB 1v3.
Wow, that's incredible, and a really nice try from AlexaB. He had the read right for 1 second. When he was playing down towards that ramp, he had his back to connector, and that's the reason he repositioned. After 20 seconds or so was counted down with no info, he didn't want to get shot in the back, so decided to go and play that bomb. Fortunately, as you said, Cajun picking the best spot for that round, and he is going to win it out. Ridiculous stuff has pushed ENCE down to eco. Only one eco.
Yeah, looking very nice for Optic so far. That's a really important round for them to win. Stabilize their own economy, damage the economy of the CT side. Yugi's still on the AWP with 4K to spare. So even if they lose this next coming buy round, no problem rebuying whatsoever. But this round should be rather easy.
Yeah, just clean and methodical for Optic, you would hope.
Oh, Nico will trade HP, but gets the kill in the end. Down to 14. Do be careful, these are 5/7 armors. In close range combat, very dangerous.
Yeah, interesting to see ENCE not actually running any CZs at all so far.
Yeah, a lot of teams are actually transitioning now from CC to the 5/7.
Yeah, don't blame them. That CZ nerf is definitely hit hard. And ENCE have great control here. The thing is, Optic are allowing this control. They're giving them the map. And so when they move back into main, there should be a flashbang, or at least the awareness that this could be under control from ENCE. I'd like to see a flash here, but at least we have two players moving into trade. That's going to be the most important factor. And AlexaB, he catches bad timing. He goes in for it. X7, great deagle shot. And we still have a player down in the pop dog. X7 not going to be falling. It's actually Alu, rather, because he still sits here with the deagle, getting tagged to 16.
But Ariel's still in pop dog.
And he's going to hear these footsteps. They're going B, but he knows it. He can cut off the bomb. Risk. There is 20 seconds left up. Ariel's the only man in position. If only his teammates stayed alive, he could have won this round by dropping that bomb. There's still a player who needs to pass, but he gets double peeked. That was so close. If his teammate didn't push him to B, that might have been his round.
And also Snappy, like he only survives with like 5 or 3 HP.
Yeah.
If he gets Snappy and then has to fight the 1v1, just jiggle picks it for a while and holds the time. Buts and ifs, they don't matter, Hugo. All that matters is the round win. And that's gonna go to Optic. And here comes the buy. Op on Alu, decent utility on the CT side, plenty of kits. Same amount of utility on the T side, actually a tiny bit more. Almost full kits on everyone.
AlexaB spotting the train, similarly how the Config did in the post-one on B, but Ariel, he peeks out wide. 1-for-1 trade. Config does keep it in control for Optic and flashing through the smoke. He's not blinded anyone. AlexaB, that's the bomb. He's got 2. AlexaB locking down the A site with a 3rd. And just like that, the chances of Optic are flying out the window. But don't count Snappy out. We've already seen a 1v3 from Cajun B, but this man is not up to the task. Alu finishes it off, and that will be a massive round from AlexaB to pick it up for ENCE.
Such a nice position as well for Lexi. Like he's on the back of the smoke on Shock's lane exactly when it fades. He's ready to take the duel. The bomb is so far out. Yugi commits, and then Nico is challenging towards the connector where another one of Alexi's teammates are and just baiting for him perfectly. Locking it down on top. Very nicely done. But as I said before, they have money to do the rebuy here, Optic, even though if they lose, like even without saving any weapons, no problems whatsoever. Yes, Yugi doesn't have utility, but they have enough utility to do one of their playbook strats. They just can't get the initial advantage. Maybe they can't get as much map control thanks to the utility that they're missing. But right now they're just walking into B and they're getting No Man's Land for free.
And the weaponry they're missing as well. I mean, we got a Deagle, we got a UMP. At least there's the AWP and the rifles on both Config and Nico. But this is far from a pitch-perfect buy to Optic, and that's why they're just going for this B creep. They're dropping down the ramp. Again, the Molotov for Sergey. Alu posted on the upper angle. Sergey giving away his position here, but that's going to allow Alu to move in and clean up that frag. The AWP dropped, and a massive kill from Alu to open up this round. The trade may be there, but Sergey's behind enemy lines, and while AlexaB still gets a kill, it's Sergey to assist with damage. The flank from Cajun B could have changed this round, but right now it's looking to be all ENCE's. As soon as that Molotov fades, Sergey can start to move in. And it's just down to whether Snappy can surprise in the smoke. He's got a Deagle already tagged up, but Sergey's one step ahead. And Nico, he's going to need another 1v3 hit for Optic, but he only gets 2.
And there's time. Plenty of time.
I mean, that got very, very close.
Yeah. If Snappy had gotten one frag in that position, these are some close rounds in general right now. 5-3 is the scoreline, and we're going to see probably the eco or the deagle eco come out. Unless I want to go for something crazy, Optic. It's going to be the deagle eco, utility eco, whatever you have in mind. Molotov and 2 flashbangs on Nico. He's going to open up, get into Olaf. Smoke is not in his hands, but he wanted to flashbang towards Ivy so that they could open up and get a flash timing in, but that doesn't work out. He's naded out. I'm going to try and trade with the weaponry, but it's just not happening.
This is all Alu's round? What? Snappy.
Okay, Snappy. AWP in hand. 14 HP. Surely they're just going to hold his angle now.
Yeah, no nades to finish him off. Obviously, Alu got that leg shot. Oh, nice. He throws the gun out the map. Snappy being realistic, and that's the best that you can do. You know you're not going to win this round, so yeah, just play the farmer, throw those guns away.
And also, like, they don't have a lot of money on the CT side of ENCE right now because the rounds have been so close. Even though they've won, they've been so extremely close. So they survive with 3 players, yes, but they're still keeping that money semi-low.
After Alu got that leg shot on the crossing player in main, I think it was Nico, he threw the nade down roll-off to finish off the job, so nice work from Alu. Again, another confident round from the AWPer. In the previous buy round on B, he was able to win the duel versus Yugi, who was on that AWP. And not only was that, you know, Alu showing off on the CT side, but also a very important kill considering Yugi was one of the only players with a real weapon in that round. So while Alu will have to rebuy the AWP, it comes at a price, a lack of armor.
Full T-side setup with no AWP, lots of utility, and set up to do the classic split outside. 2 Ivy, 2 Pop Dog, 1 main. Plenty of utility, as said before, so they can smoke right side, go back line, they can make a lot of noise, rotate back in. There's many different ways they can go, but Ariel has already now taken a choice, made a choice to do something proactively. He's taking control over team main and holding this angle. The only problem is this is a very common angle to hold. So 9 out of 10 times you get pre-fired, and then last time you get flashed.
And we've already seen ENCE use it before in that 5-7 round where they had players deep in main and it didn't really work out for them.
Now they're actually mid-round calling, and I think they're going to go for the inside split. Upper and lower with 1 lurk.
Alu's not played here before, so will they expect it on the corner? They've got no AWP. That's a jiggle. That's the info. Optic know what's going on now, but the 30 seconds left. ENCE are going to have more info than they need.
Where's the smoke lower? They need that smoke lower or upper if you want to get into the bomb side. Then a flash timing is needed, and then the drop in.
Already Sergey lining up 2 bomb drop, damage to a 3rd. Alu has his back covered. This is just a dynamic duo on the B-bomb site, and there is nothing stopping them. Cajun maybe picking up a kill on the flank, but with 10 seconds left up, this one is done and dusted. ENCE are not giving Optic the breathing room here on the CT side. This has been very, very strong indeed.
And the problem with this is, like, they set it up, they put down smoke so they can get out from their position, which is a decent way of doing it. But if Sergey can stay on the middle of the bomb side and not be flashed, he can just take straight on duels while you're moving in towards the bomb side, while you're actually in the middle of taking a new position. He can just take these tools because he's just standing still, and he has the backup of Alu behind him. So the second someone drops some upper that we saw, he's like looking up towards it, can't really react, but Alu just lands a shot. The help comes in. Optic just not refined enough on that execute.
Yeah, it's nice to see ENCE just constantly switching up the setup on the B site and having success every time. Optic are never prepared for what they're throwing in. The 1 rifle in this round will get a kill, but that nade almost sealing the deal. Yes, it will. There's another one.
And they throw it back to Config just before he died. He's okay. I'm very low HP. They know exactly where I am. Throws it back to Config, but Config can't win the duel. And actually being shielded with the second one as well. And that should be the shot down. X7.
Not the primary AWPer.
Definitely not.
Nico and Snappy have been spotted though because the player was on top. They know there has to be 2 on Ivy. And so they're more than ready for this push. 1 man's deep in the CT spawn just to solidify this factor.
What they would like here is for one of the players to survive with a weapon, because Cajun B is only on $300. The rest of the team can easily buy up. Yugi can actually get an AWP in this next buy round. So someone, if they can grab an AK from T-Connector, if they can get another kill, grab a weapon, that would be ideal. And that's wishful thinking right now for Snappy and Nico.
That being said, max loss bonus after this round, so while Cajun, yes, will definitely have only 3,700. You can buy up a rifle with armor. No utility behind it, so we might have to just see Cajun go in first.
Exactly, that's the problem, right?
20 seconds left. And Optic, yeah, they need to do something. They need to die or get a bomb plant or get a kill. And they're going to try all three. Sergey not going to be able to stop the plant here unless he hurries up, and he will start to move in. Great work. If he carried on strafing, he wouldn't have got that frag in time. But because he shoots under the train, he denies that extra $800. And as we said, given the money of Cajun, that would have made a huge difference.
$800, that's all the extra utility he would have wanted.
Yeah.
He doesn't get it. So it's going to be the buy, obviously, a good buy for 4 out of 5 on Optic, but missing utility on that last 5th player. But still, it's enough utility if you go straight up without spending any of it, taking map control. 3 sets and a smoke and a flash on Yugi. You can do a lot with this. There's definitely many of the specific executes they have on the B bomb set that can be done with this utility. 2 Molotov, you can do so much. Shock lane smoke goes down early on. But they're not going to take any advantage of it thanks to the double nade.
And what a resurgence this game from Sergey. I want to talk about that because in the previous map, in that first half, he had 5 kills.
Yes.
Switching over, he definitely brought it back, and he had impact in trying to get ENCE into that game. But right now, he's 16-5. He's 3-2 in opening duels. That's top of the server. And he's been winning this B site round after round after round for ENCE, alongside the AWP of Alu, also sitting side by side at second top of the team. Really nice to see that, you know, young players have this mentality that they can get back into the game despite maybe a bit of a difficult performance on one map. Not letting it tilt you, not letting it affect your performance. Every game is winnable, and ENCE is showing that now. 8-3 with Optic trying to set up for an execute, but it's only a fake with that bomb coming down the B ramp.
Usual setup for a push outside. Alu's rotating in to combat it. Actually, they're dropping down. So this is a really, really well-sold fake. The question is, are they going to win it in the end? No, but Sergey's spray is just on point. He's ready for it. He's still just waiting. Everyone else is rotating away. There was 1 player on that B-bomb side. All they had to do was win against 1 player, but that 1 player was Sergey.
Yeah, there we go. Winning another couple of duels, saving the round for his team, and of course Alexa B, crucial kills in that pop dog, right? If he doesn't get those, that fake is truly sold, and maybe Sergey repositions towards a connector, which allows that bomb plant and then Optic to convert the round. So, yeah, Alexa B getting those 2 kills was massively impactful as well.
And that's the problem right now for Optic, and the pauses coming in. They're not getting the frags. They're not winning their duels right now. It is up to the guys of Sergey and Alu to just wreck everyone on the server. And that's not how they want it to be. I know, once again, like reiterating, they're not that strong on the T side. They go on the CT side. That's where they win the rounds in Optic. But still, some of these duels you would expect like players of this caliber to go ahead and just win at least 50% of them. I don't think that's a harsh assessment or a harsh hope.
Yeah, especially with some of the names that we have on the server. But right now, the only one I'm seeing is ENCE lighting up the scoreboard, and I'm sure the Twitch chat as well. Lots of easies. This is nice and dominant so far, but again, it is trained. So 9-3, not a crazy scoreline. The only problem is we're nearing the end of the half, and Optic have not even got a buy here.
No, they have a buy in the next round, and they'll need to get that to get on the 5 rounds I was talking about.
Yeah.
And then they need to win that round and then the last. This is kind of a bonus. If they get anything out of this, they'll be happy with it. ENCE should have enough money to buy the rest of the half anyways. They're really locking it down to begin with.
And he just runs back through the smoke, or at least he tries to. Nico catches him, and a second. Cajun's going to get dropped by Alexia B, but Nico's done this alone with the Deagle. That bomb pot cannot get stopped, so the fights need to be won instead. And Alexia B still keeping this one in contention. He's got to worry about that wrap, but Alu had him covered from the left side, and Sergey will finish off that frag. ENCE do manage to convert it in the post plant, but decent round for Optic, all things considered. 2 kills, bomb plant. It wasn't a full buy, but now it will be.
And a lot of money right now on Optic. They have enough money to get everyone on full utility. I think I saw 7.2K on Yugi. But what are they going to do? What's the play? This is why also they took the pause in the round just before. This is the round that they were talking about. What kind of player we're going to run? What kind of setup? Looks like a default. One of their defaults, one of their many defaults on the T side to begin with. taking control of T-Con and then going out to E-Box. Perfect flash timing, Cajun B, but Alexi B answers back. Config goes down.
Yeah, and that's the bomb as well. It's been spotted. So ENCE, no, there's no tomfoolery here. There's no fakes, but there are frags. And in the name of Optic as well, Yugi winning a duel deep down on Ivy. It's the secondary AWP coming in, spotting the cross, but not stopping the cross. And Yugi's still up in main as well, which creates a further problem for these CTs getting back into the bomb site. Alu tagged up heavy. X7 almost catching a kill, but the smoke did not fade in time. These smokes, while not impenetrable, are creating a wall of vision for Optic. Sergey only finding one. It's both orbs left up, but surely this one is past its ticking point. X7's been spotted and tagged, and they're going to start to move in to try and clean him up. Alu heard, Cajun kills him, and X7's, he's running for the hills. He's done with this round.
Definitely have enough money to buy next round, no worries whatsoever. Optic going to get on 4 with the possibility of getting on 5, which is the score. Like, I think it's winnable if they get 5, but we have to see them step up. We have to see something more from the likes of Yugi, the likes of Config, and Cajun B, the 3 main stars in this team.
And Yugi's bottom of his entire team right now, bottom of the server, in fact. He's 4-11. Did get a crucial kill in that round, but yeah, definitely not having the performance that many would expect of him on this map. It's Nico fitting in those shoes. He's 9-12.
And also, Paul's coming in now because both Snappy, the rest of Optic, and the coach Rogan knows how important this round is. If they get this, also get the pistol, like, you're back in business. If this goes the way of ENCE and they get the pistol, you need an extraordinary performance and a lot of rounds on the road just to even get that comeback started. So very, very clutch round coming up now. Very, very important.
And what do Optic have to show us? It's been a couple of A executes, a couple of B executes, but far more successful on the former.
Double op setup on the CT side. Yugi trying to come out and challenge, but hits their leg shot. X7 goes down to 8. Eats a little bit of fire, but Alu's down here with the op. With a huge miss.
He couldn't pick a target. There was one on the left, one on the right, and he just ended up in the middle. So unfortunate. And it will give Optic the ability to fall back. That kill would have made all the difference for ENCE, as X7's already tagged up, as you say, in connector. Alu's going to rotate back through A, and X7 still sits here on Ivy, so we have 2 orbs side by side. That can be a problem for Optic if they don't catch on to it very quickly. In fact, look at this rotate from ENCE. They are going so heavily on A rather. Sergey, only man on B. Alu does move back in, but off the back of no information. They don't know where any of these Optic players are right now. Nico's in the pop dog, and I think they may have heard that.
Yeah, they're setting up for outside smokes right now, Optic. Alexi B with the pop flash over. Not really going to do anything because they're not moving in until next 10 seconds. But that Molotov is going to be really, really nice. Forces him out, but he wins the duel. 1-for-1 technically traded with the fire. X7 on top of the train. Goes for another duel towards E-Box.
And he almost caught Yugi climbing up on top of the plat as well. Instead, the aerial up and above, shooting into the faces of Optic. Alu boosted up into position as well, and he can try and stop this bomb, but it's a huge miss. The nade shot a slight damage, but his teammate already removed from the heaven. This A site is no longer ENCE's control. Alu's going to go through, and he will hit the shot to Yugi jumping in the air, but it's Snappy, the IGL of Optic, left to clutch. 1 kill already found. But does he know where Sergey is? He must. That boost came through, and Snappy will come through as well with a clutch for Optic to pick up the 5th round of the half. Such an important round.
Deep breath from Snappy as well. You could see how close that was and how scared he was of just losing that round. It's down to 1v1. The in-game leader on point with the AK-47 against unarguably the best player of this first half.
Yeah, well, Sergey ended at 20-6, I'm pretty sure, so not a bad half for the young gun himself. Bottom performer of the previous map in this series, but he is back in business, Niels.
So are Optic, and if they can continue the momentum, get the pistol round going, looking at 6, and then ENCE potentially saving 7, buy round, it can happen.
Yeah.
I'm saying like 5 rounds on the T-side train, like Optic can turn that. They haven't done it a lot. Let's be real, they're not that good of a track record on this map. They're 3-13. But some of the maps, or most of the maps that they've lost, are pretty close ones. 12-16, 14-16, OTs. It's very rarely that we see them actually getting pummeled by like teams that are around the same level as them. When they lose, it's against like Astral, it's against like North, that's like the 16-9s and the 16-8s.
And hey, they've beaten ENCE before on this exact map. It was in overtime, but yeah, that's happened.
It's at the IAM Chicago qualifier back in October.
Let's see how this goes now for Optic. Full armor on the pistol and very heavy on the utility and very heavy on the push. They're going fast into B. There's one man playing back past it and Yugi gets his head ripped clean off. Double dink. Cage and B. Only man on the site has to hold his own. Has to waste time of ENCE, but they waste no time with dispatching of him. Nico back of CT. Not going to be able to get more than one, but they can't even clean him up. He needs to die. They need to get rid of him. And that was a free kill. Gonna miss for ENCE. The smoke gives Sergey room to play with, but they climb up on top of the train. He hides inside of it, and it's not for long. Nico finally finishes off the job, gets revenge to the damage done. X7 still back up on B, but Alexi B's alone on the site, trying to win a duel, cannot do so. X7 can't hit a shot, finally finishes off Config. The nade! Nico's 5 HP, and he's on the bomb, he's going down. X7 has stopped the defuse, and he may have just won the round.
There's no kit.
It's done.
It's what he wanted on that nade. That nade decided the round. What a play.
And he even gets the kill to boot. Fantastic from X7. May go down with a bomb, but doesn't give a damn. 3 kills to his name, and he had such a slow first half. 4 frags, but he brings it back at the most crucial point.
That has to hurt if you're Optic. With that bomb defuse coming in, you're holding the angle. The only thing that cannot happen is a nade or a Molotov. And what happens?
I always question why on train people don't buy kits on the CT side on pistol round. I feel like this is a map. Bomb parts are so easily accessible for the T's on B that you just always need a kit. If you're really running and gunning to win the round, and such an important one like a pistol, not having a kit is such a mistake. It also allows for you to pull in a smoke on the same player, which is great for getting rid of any kind of Molotov in that position that X7 was in.
Yep. Not going to argue against that, but I think the mindset is that you just want to have that armor so you can take duels all the time.
Well, look how it went for Optic.
Yep. A couple of AKs as well here, and a Galil, aerial, UMP 45 on Alexi B, and as expected, full eco for Optic, who's going to go for the buy in the next round.
Taking this one very carefully. Crept down Ivy with this MAC-10. Again, no fear with this. Alu, if he goes down, it's not a problem at all. It's not exactly giving away weaponry to Optic. Armorless MAC-10 is useless. And Alu's already made it work with the armor, taking down Config on Ivy, opening up a little bit more of the map. The time is a bit of an issue, but look at this rotate from Optic. They've got no one on B. That's opened up this site, this round, and all the chances of ENCE getting a plant in, which will solidify them with 12.
One player on the B bomb side is just holding at the end of the connector, but he can't do anything against this. There's absolutely no chance. Like, challenging long range against AKs, that's a death sentence. Question is, are they just going to throw themselves towards ENCE? Are they just going to see if they can survive? Not give them the money, not give them the satisfaction.
Alu's still here as well, so I mean, while Sergey just taps down onto these Optic players, he's not going to be able to kill them. Alu is on that hot flank. Optic starting to push in, and the reason they actually delayed this push into the B bomb site is because they're trying to get ENCE to go down with a bomb. Ooh, nice shots. ENCE
really
are losing a lot of guns.
Really good damage. Only one AK save. Actually, the AK is going to die. That means that Alexi B does get one with it, but 4 kills. Only 1 AK brought into the next round.
That's the value of pushing back into a bomb site when there's only 15 seconds left, rather than going in the second the bomb gets planted and getting wiped.
Exactly. So now, Mr. Marco, Snappy himself, has some thinking to do. This is a CT side. They're not able to get an AWP. They have 2 AUKs.
And a MAC-10.
Cheeky MAC-10, bro. On the other side, we do have an AWP. And Snappy almost... He didn't get that flashbang, he would probably won the duel, but... At least got the map in control, but Yugi with the AWK. Double kill for him, shuts it down, and KGB had a perfect position. Double kill, very easy from here. We saw Marty from Heroic dominate from that exact position yesterday. Now X7, 1v5. Has picked up the first one. It would be nothing more than that. 6-12.
I think that's more of a case of ENCE going, okay, we've got a dominant score line right now. We're in control. Optic is scared of us. Let's just try and pug this round. We don't want to show anything here. Let's just walk out ramp in heaven, see if we can get the entries. If we get the kills, we win the round, and then boom, we're almost ready to close out this game. It didn't work. Whatever. Not the end of the world. Eco around, buy up, later, and or well, they're forcing, so I guess buy up much later, 2 rounds time, and then start to pull out the scrapbook maybe.
Yeah. See what they can get out of this. 2 flashbangs, so probably just a flashbang timing to let the AK come out and make a play. Aerial wants to get into Olaf, wants to get into deeper positions towards this bomb site. Spotted out by Config is Alu. X7 also goes down to 58 HP. Config is trying to hold the angle. Not scoped in.
5 kills on Config right now. Definitely not what he would have hoped coming into this game, and much as how we needed Sergey to pull back ENCE in the previous map, we need Config to pull back Optic in this, but Sergey, talking of which, he comes to life. 2 kills with a Deagle. Alu finds one with a B250. This is a force buy. This is not a round that ENCE were really banked on winning, but Yugi, he's now got to fight back against 2. The AWP player for Optic. The bomb's already out on the bomb site.
Yeah, he might be able to catch this one player if he goes for the aim on top of the trade. He does, he finds him, and that's the bomb. Not exactly sure if you saw the bomb drop there because it went so fast. It's a 1v1. Duel of the Operas, but Alu only has an AUG.
And a gamble as well for Yugi. Look at this. Does he commit to B or is he going for the long flank? It seems like the former. He's stuck in his way, stuck on the site. In fact, so far away from this A-bomb site right now.
Does have a kit though.
He's even got a sneak here, and that's the problem, because if Alu has gone towards Pop Dog, he's going to hear Yugi rapping him from the back, and Yugi has no idea where Alu is. So this is a very tantalizing situation. He's just got to gamble, go down the ladder. No one here. Alu not on the angle, but he's in a good position. He spots it, repositions, flash over the top, and just crosses safely. That's a smoke on the bomb. Yugi has a kit. He needs to stick this. Oh no. Oh no. Oh yes, Alu finds it. It's fine. ENCE back in control, but definitely a scary moment.
Very, very close. And that defuse actually comes in, but it will be ENCE to grab it on the back of a force buy, I should say. On the back of these 2 Deagles right here. That's just perfect.
What can you do against that?
Yeah. Now it's going to be 13-6. The buy comes in, the force buy from Optic, and yeah. Yes, the economy is low for ENCE as well, so they're also buying all the way down, apart from Lexi B.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. He went back to spawn to get some weapons. Nice. But this is pretty much a round that can win it effectively for ENCE. If they take this one now, gonna force Optic on an eco, gonna hit 14, obviously winning the eco, 15. Yeah. Optic, this is their potential last real stand on train.
If they've got anything to show, now has to be the time. Alu setting up the pop flash is going to mean Snappy's kind of hung out to dry. Luckily, the smoke does actually steal his position. If anything works in his favor. That being said, his teammates already been dropped in the process, and the nades are going to be piling onto Snappy, keeping him nice and content. Nico, aggression, only getting 1. Good damage to the second. And Snappy's still here, wrapping around CT. They were ready for that. Cajun B not going to be able to help him out, but he will be able to drop Aerial, who was early tagged up in main. Cajun with 2. And it's coming down once again to Yugi in the 1v2. He might be able to cut off Alu though, but the AWP is too fast. And
he's just holding the angle. Like, he knows that if he just holds this angle, his teammate can make so much space outside, potentially even get the bomb down. They're not 100% sure where the last player is, but they have an idea of the general area. Just hold the angle, wait for your teammate to either get information or make a play.
Working out very, very well for ENCE. This is looking as clean as can be. Optic are ecoing to give ENCE a 15th round and try and fight back for overtime. Honestly, probably their best bet here. But even then, that's being optimistic to assume that Optic could pull a 9-round comeback with no losses.
Alu gonna find the frag, takes a tiny bit of damage, but not really round changing, but that could be. An insane find from Snappy. I want to go for the gun, but Alu's not going to allow it.
The watcher of weapons, the protector of pistols, the cold killer. He's waiting for more. Oh, this is getting awkward now. Alu's probably going to have to give up the angle. He doesn't want to get overwhelmed. And yeah, it's just a stalemate. They take the gun, they leave. Alu backs out of main. His teammates are already in B, but look at this position from Cajun. Oh, they're going to check it. And that lets it be 1 step ahead. That could have been maybe a chance for Optic, but now they're running out of options. X7 gets another one through the smoke, and Config tapping away. He's not connecting a thing. This is looking like an ENCE round through and through.
Config, are you going to actually go for this? Or save the AK-47? Slowly but surely making its way, not downtown, but towards the bomb side at least. Finds one, finds the head of one. Good damage being done towards X7. Has to rotate back, but there's the frag coming in from X7. That should be the end of the round. Maybe trying to get this AK. Ooh. Do some more economical damage. Bring it into CT spawn to save it. Will he be allowed? No, Sergey with a punishment.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Full eco for Optic. They get 3 kills. I bet they're happy with that, but...
For sure.
Either way, 6-15.
At this point, you don't really need money, or you don't really need to, like, think about the economy. You just need to get some rounds on the table.
And you need ENCE to make some serious mistakes as well at this point, because this team is just looking unstoppable and trained.
Yeah, it's really tough, though. Like, you start on the T side, clearly your worst side on the map, and then you go to CT, you lose your pistol, you lose 2 very important rounds, and then it's 15. Yugi's going to push aggressively now. No fear. Nothing to lose at this point, basically.
Yeah, already a man advantage. Config's going back in. He's going to spray and pray. He's down to 18. He definitely needs some luck on his side, but Alexa B is going to be caught moving out of the smoke and Pop Dog. This is just a mockery made of ENCE in this round. They try and hug it, and it's the double peak on top of the train. Optic going to be standing for 1 more round at least. The Orgs reign supreme.
And no fear outside. It's also something that can happen mentally. Like, you know, okay, this map is probably over. Let's just go for some, like, no respect plays and see if we can just maybe tilt them a little bit. Yes, they know if they've won it, but it's not going to be as easy as they think. Very important as we move into the 3rd map that you still, like, feel like you're on top of the game mentally. You still feel like you can win it. And these rounds and these small, like, all these frags in the end kind of helping to do that. And then eventually, if they get a couple of rounds and hit like 11, 12, it becomes real. And then the real battle begins again.
I don't want to count Optic out of potentially bringing this to OT, but I'm not going to even expect it as a possibility until they at least hit something like 12 rounds.
Yeah, exactly,
and prove they can win these rifle rounds. Because, you know, they've won a couple of rifle rounds, but it feels like ENCE just go for these fast charges. Like we saw in the first rifle round of this T side, like we saw in the previous round. ENCE not wanting to maybe give away too many strats. So once Optic win a few proper rifle rounds, maybe there's a chance that this should just be as basic as it can be. Just Eagles here for the Finnish boys. Alexis B's found a bit of a gap, and he's crept on through, trying to abuse that smoke. Harry spots one. Oh, not connecting. His teammate falls in the Pop Dog as well, and it's left to 2.
Just see how much damage they can do economically. It's fun. Alu goes for the peak, but it's shut down. Perfect round for Optic. They're on 8 now. Can continue, keep it going. Still just seeing how far they can get into this. It's never impossible in the game of CS. Like, you can always get to OT. It's just a very improbable situation at this point. Especially with how good we've seen ENCE be.
Oh, what have they got in this round? We got the AWP back on Alu. Still the Orgs in play. Yet to see Yugi back on that AWP in the recent times. They take a main control just to start things off, but ENCE not trying to fight early on. This utility from Optic being built up and used. They're taking a lot of map control with it. They've pushed down Ivy. Snappy's in position. And even though he doesn't hold on to that spot, he at least makes ENCE consider that there could be a player there. Nico fighting in main, winning his duel, and that drops the bomb. So even more info for Optic. They know that ENCE aren't going to suddenly pounce into B, and that could even see with a rotation off of B. Not needed. Cajun's alone, and he's doing all the damage himself. Drops Sergey. We have Yugi coming in through the connector in the meantime, and Alexa B is going to be cornered. Surely no way out of this position. Nico finds him, and just like that, it's Alu alone.
All right, it's beginning to look like something now.
Yeah.
Optic going to get 9 on the board. With the money on ENCE, it means it's going to be another eco, and then they hit that magical 10. When you hit that double digit, that's where things start becoming real, and that's equally nice and dangerous at the same time. Because then you start playing again. You start playing the game for real. Like when you're down 6-15, you're taking a lot of chances. You just see if you can make something happen.
Hoping for the best.
When you're going to be up 10-15 in the next buy round, you know, okay, it's just 5 rounds. We can actually do this.
Yeah, that's like 2 or 3 full buys.
Yep.
Wow. bit of knife damage onto Aerial early on. Never fun. But thank God it was on a deagle round, not a
Yeah,
rifle
exactly.
round.
That would have been a terrible start to a very important round if it happened next one.
Yeah.
Flash timing, not going to be the play since there is no flash. It's just a Molotov. So just contact play, I guess, inside. Sergey is the first one to die. Yugi has transitioned from the upper play to oil. And he's going to be jickle picking it. Very nicely done, but Yugi's just clip him mid-air. Runs out of bullets is Cajun B, but surely no time to get that bomb down. Surely.
Absolutely not.
Nice. Right, here we go, Hugo. 10-15.
Yeah, okay, we're back in this now. Optic starting to make this look like a reality.
If they grab this buy now, it's possible.
Well, yeah, because if they lose this buy, they've lost the game.
Oh, well, I've lost the map, but yeah.
Yeah.
I just like it's always hard, especially with the start to the second half that we've seen that was very dominant. 5 rounds out of the first 6 went to ENCE. They still have pauses remaining. There are many things that talk in their favor at this point. Sergey is definitely one of them. But if Optic can start delivering some of the individual levels that we know they can bring and that we know that they bring on the CT side, that's where they perform their best on train. That's where the star players step up.
Well, another opportunity here for ENCE to close out the game and another chance for Optic to close this lead. Double AWP, Yugi and Snappy. We do not see Cajun donning that weapon for now. Yugi, aggressive peek, not going to decide to push through the Molotov. That's far too risky to do at this kind of scoreline. And although Optic have gone for some blasé plays in the past, this is probably not one of the rounds to do it in.
Also, one thing to note is that they have double AK set up on the CT side. That means that it's a straight 50-50 duel whenever they go up against Nico or Config. If they go up against Cajun B, the Ts will have a tiny advantage due to how the AK and ZM Force works.
And hey, Execute, we've not seen one of these for a while. ENCE have got the smokes down in play, and Config, he's just desperately looking for an angle, desperately looking for a pick. Snappy, he may find one. Deep down towards Ivy, Config falls off the top of the train. Alu's already found one, but Electricity up close is making a lot of noise, and Nico's looking to shut that down. There's been a noise complaint, and he is the landlord knocking on the door and shutting it in their face with 2 more frags. Optic still down a man, but still in with a chance. He's trying to force a piece from Pop Dog, and he does get that. Yugi's landing a shot as well. It's just the AWP, the Finnish sniper of Alu, but the bomb's being stuck, and Alu did not take the bait. He is back off this round, and Optic are back in with another 11-15. This game is not done yet.
A saved op, though. Anything can still happen, but 4 rounds is what's needed for Optic. A nice play by Nico. He's been the best player so far, in my opinion, on train for these guys. And we still have to remember, Nico is not like support player is always like a bad name for a role that doesn't really exist. But he is the utility player. He's the one who's taking the bad positions. He's the one taking the position no one else wants to play. He's throwing the flashes for his teammates. And he's the one top frag.
That being said, one difference I noticed with Optic in this event that I've not seen in the past is Nico on this map typically plays that B site solo. He's typically tasked at that very tough position. This event, this game so far, we've seen Cajun in that spot. Yep. Cajun's been playing B with occasional support from Yugi's AWP, and it's been Nico over on A. So a bit of a switch up in roles has maybe allowed, or positions at least, has allowed Nico to come into his own. And now we're going to need him more than ever. Config as well, already chiming in. There's a second Config making this work, and they haven't even met Nico, the current top fragger on the team. Sat on the site, he makes noise, he drops off the train. The thing is, well, he can spam the smoke. It wouldn't be wise for the man on the other side to do so. He crosses to the site. It's Alexa B, looking desperately for an angle. Still plenty of time, so no rush for ENCE. And in the meantime, 2 frags have come through out of nowhere. Alexa B trying to catch his rotation through connector, and he'll do exactly that. It's only Yugi left alive in a 1-on-3 with the AWP. And he's up against 3 Angry Finns looking to close out this map and bring us to a third. First shot does connect. That bomb yet to cross, but Alu's honed in on the angle, and if Yugi walks a little bit further back, he might get caught. He crosses, but now they know, and they can bring that bomb towards the site without fear of the vindication of this AWP. Yugi looks for another. Alu jumps up, the leg's been spotted. Oh, he's looking for the jumping shot. Alu gets the information, and Yugi's all ready for this, but it's a double peek for ENCE to close out the map. 16-11, a very nice try from Yugi, but a try is not enough. ENCE find victory on their pick, and we head to Dust 2.
We have to remember that even though, yes, Optic lose this, they grind it back. They come from like 6-15 basically back to getting 11 rounds. That's always nice for the confidence going into the next map, saying, okay, we didn't get completely shut out on the train. We were actually able to do something and actually show them that we can play this. And now we move on to Dust 2. As we expected, this series is going to go all the way, and who can grab it now? I think it's a very close 50-50.
It's anyone's game.
Yeah.
I think predictions out the window at this point. It is a battle of wit. It's a battle of longevity on who can really last the full distance in map number 3. Obviously, both teams winning their map pick, kind of expected there. This is a map pool, at least, that all three maps are comfort picks for both teams. So it's not a huge issue either way. I would definitely say that Nuke leaned a lot more in favor of Optic than maybe Train leaned in favor of ENCE, and we saw that in the scoreline at least. But yeah, final map, that's going to be coming up next, and I cannot wait.
The Digital Pass, bringing the arena to you. Experience CSGO from the player's point of view. Check out the exclusive content and don't miss the highlights. We have everything in one place.
Return of confidence. Oh!
It's the better way to watch CSGO. Your exclusive ticket to esports. Get your Digital Pass now.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Grab your gear and let's go.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
Oh, crap.
We spend 1/10 of our lives socializing with family and friends. We spend 1/3 of our lives sleeping. We spend almost half of our lives sitting down. So if sitting down is so important to us, shouldn't we make sure to sit with the most comfort? Then there is only one clear choice.
exhilarating. There's so much love we all can share. It must be Christmas time. It's a celebration each year, the time for us to remember that the greatest gift that we can share is the time that we're together. Oh, the time is here, there's no more waiting, joy in the air, exhilarating, there's so much love we all can share. It must be Christmas time. It must be Christmas time. Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Oh, hey, everybody. Didn't see you there. Welcome back to DreamHack Open, or DreamHack Winter for short. This is Jantraping, and in fact, we're going to be talking to a living meme right now. Mimi, to be exact, is going to be waiting right here. She's just now getting the news. Hello, Mimi. How's it going?
Hello. How's it going? Hello. Hi. Good.
What is your take on DreamHack Winter so far?
The support, right? Yeah, it's good. It's good. A lot of people. Yeah.
Just want you to know that your camera operator here, he's a big fan of yours. Anyway, let's keep this show going. I've got about roughly 7 minutes. So, in fact, we're going to go ahead and take a walk around the venue. I'm all geeked up on coffee, so don't think less of me. So just over here is a nice kebab stand. We've been frequenting this. It's not too bad. I'm going to have to say that the meal tickets that DreamHack provided were very appropriate and very fitting to grabbing this kebab over here. I actually learned a lot. Jacob Vinicky, you might know him as Pimp. He's kind of taught me how to do the kebab thing. It's kind of normal. We can stop right here. Hello, everyone. Is this a bad time? Can you tell me what's going on right here?
We're just talking a little bit about crew recruitment.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that sounds exciting. I don't know anything about that, but carry on, I suppose. Sounds pretty serious. A little out of our pay grade. At least keep it going. Okay, so this is the golden waffle. This is the epitome of everything that you've wanted in your life. It's right here behind me. You could reach out and grab it. You're so close. Let's take a look at some of the action. Oh, Dia, would you look at that? You've got the fries. You've got the kebab. You've got a little bit of salad on top of it. But to top it all off, the mayonnaise. Ladies and gentlemen, the mayonnaise. That is what it is all about. That is the kicker. That is the punchline of this joke. And in fact, we should keep the joke rolling here. Let's go this way. Maybe make the rounds. Maybe talk to somebody here. Guy in the G2 jersey. Hello, my friend. How is your day going?
It's just fine. It's just fine.
Now, we're being live streamed right now out to the millions around the world watching, so I'm going to have to ask you, what is it that we're doing here at DreamHack Winter?
Well, I actually play for G2 as well, but I play Rainbow Six Siege, so this isn't really my game, because I know you're from Counter-Strike. But we're having fun. It's a good event. It's a lot of people. It's nice to meet people.
And how are you guys doing in the tournament so far?
Well, we won our group. It's just quarterfinals now.
And what is your take on the G2 Counter-Strike team? It's a little bit of a bumpy road for them.
Well, to be honest, I don't really follow them that much. They've had a rough period. They've had a really rough period. I mean, I hope they do better with the 2 new players they brought in.
Yep, and we're going to leave it on that note before anything gets said inappropriately. Cheers, man. Thank you very much. Good luck in the tournament. Hey, what's up, little man? How's it going? Where are you guys from?
Sweden.
Nice.
Gothenburg.
Gothenburg. I almost flew into there, but I chose here instead. Regardless, are you guys enjoying DreamHack Winter so far?
Yeah. Only event. Fortnite.
Oh.
I like it.
Okay. You know, I can sympathize with that. I was once young, but instead now I've grown older. I'm a Counter-Strike guy.
DreamHack is good.
DreamHack is good?
DreamHack is really, really good.
I like that. I like that a lot. Well, here, pound it. That one's from Twitch chat right there. God almighty, those kids are going to need help. The Fortnite players, Jesus. All right, over here we've got quite a bit of an exhibition hall, however you want to look at it. There's a lot going on around the corners. In fact, we're going to cut right through here, guys. Excuse us. Asus ROG joining the Republic is what's going on around here. They got the nice red carpet. Of course, it's been stepped on a little bit. It's snowing outside, so as you can tell, it's probably got a little wear and tear on it. Oh, what do we have here? What's up, Fortnite player? I feel like I'm a little out of my element. Perhaps we keep going. I think we've upset him. And he looked at me like, I don't ever want to be looked at again, my God. What do we got behind us? I see some duel games over there. Let's go check that out. Way over there. Okay, I think they're making hot dogs around here or something. I don't know what really is going on, but let's take a look to this side. You see, I'm going for the grand prize over here. What do you got? You gonna hit a Fortnite dance? What you gonna do? Oh dear, no, hit it. There we go. There we go. This is the future. The children are the future, they say, and sometimes I do question that, especially with the epidemic that is Fortnite right now. Now, I'm not going to bash on esports. I love esports, but for what it's worth, Fortnite's not an esport to me. Sorry, not sorry. Oh my God, we can't get away from it. All right, so over here we got a little bit of Quake Champions. Now, if you ask me, there's plenty of room for a dueling game in esports currently, but for whatever it's worth, this game is a little bit different of a feel to it, so that's good. I mean, it's grown a lot. It's changed a lot over the years, and I guess right now Quake is, I don't know what part of the tournament they're going in, but I can tell you Counter-Strike fans are definitely a little more lively than this, so let's just keep it going, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we see all you guys over there. Yeah, you know, in all seriousness, I don't know whose idea it was to put me up to this, but I'm kind of having a good time. This could have gone horribly bad. It wouldn't be my first time on live stream fails, to be completely honest. So that's okay. We're going to go here. They're like playing poker or something over here. I don't know what it is exactly, but we'll take a look. Oh, yeah, that Hearthstone game. Oh, yeah, that Hearthstone game. This is an intense moment, ladies and gentlemen. This is an intense moment, ladies and gentlemen. Please hold your applause. And now the card will be dealt. And now the card will be dealt. The card will be drawn. I couldn't even imagine. I couldn't even imagine. To be completely honest, I don't know how. Completely honest, I don't know how I could go about hyping that game. How I could go about hyping that game. It's just strange like that. You know, it's just strange like that. But not everybody likes chicken noodle soup. Not everybody likes chicken noodle soup. Some like cream of potato. Some like cream of potato. Even cream of mushroom. Even cream of mushroom. So over here, though, we got a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege. We got a little bit of Rainbow Six Siege. Now, this game is hot. We just talked to a G2 player, and there's a reason that this game is hot. You got 5-on-5. You got ENCE. Again, get your easy for ENCE spams in there. But ultimately, Liquid on the other side, this has got all the makings of a great esport. Counter-Strike fans are still better, though. So let's just go ahead and keep that notion rolling. We got about a minute left. So at this point, I think, and I'm not sure, but I think they're going to let me do this again in the near future. So let's get some tweets out. Perhaps if you're here at DreamHack and you're seeing this, if you're at the BYOC, maybe if you tweet at me, if you use hashtag DHOpen, maybe we'll come by. Maybe we'll come by and say hello. Maybe we'll hang out with you for an unwanted amount of time. Maybe we go this way. Final stop on the tour. That is the tournament area of DreamHack Winter here in Jönköping. Live and uncut. Actually as live as you can possibly be is me walking around. All right, now I see a bunch of CRT TVs over here. 20 seconds. We're going to end off on this because it's a smash hit. It's a smash title, and it would be the DreamHack Fighting Game Championship 2018. We're going to let them carry on doing what they're doing here with their GameCubes, and then we're going to be going to Dust 2, where is it easy for ENCE, or is Optic going to be ending it out here? See you there.
Time to dust off the mice for this final map of this best of 3. It's Optic up against ENCE. Both of them picking up their map picks in the final 2. And now we have the culmination of this best of 3, Niels, the elimination map. Yeah. One team will be going home, and it's incredible to say it's going to be ENCE or Optic. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, really ridiculous. But also we're going on to the map that both teams lost on in the first day, but they didn't just lose like a one-sided game. It was 2 14-16s. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and predict another 14-16. I don't know who's going to win it, but yeah it's going to be close.
I feel like that's the safest bet here. A close game, which is what we've had for these previous 2 maps as well. 16-13 on Nuke for Optic, 16-11 on Train for ENCE. So definitely a contest between both. Optic were trying to pull back that previous map, but the Finns were far too powerful. Key players this game so far has been interesting. We've had Cajun light up the scoreboard. He's sitting at a 125 rating after the previous maps. Yugi's actually been having a fairly good time considering he has been struggling as of late. But him and Nico have also been up there for the side of Optic, flipping things over, looking at ENCE. I mean, Alu obviously performing out of his mind, and Sergey right alongside him. So the pieces of the puzzle are coming into place now.
Oh, for sure. Team huddle for Optic as we get ready to move in to the game. Pistol round stats on your screen. 4-2, but pretty much opposite. As Alu just enjoys some coffee. He was actually in our green room getting some snacks and some coffee, just getting ready for the next map. Always, of course, allowed. You can't deny the king of Finland anything.
Absolutely not. Coming into this game as well, it was 2-2 on pistols for both teams, and ENCE have been far more successful in these pistol rounds in this series so far, so that's why we do have their inflated stats. Yes, that's always nice, getting off to a good start, finding that pistol.
That's what you always say, like, if you win 2 pistols in a map, halfway there.
Yeah, well, not anymore, but that used to be the way. Maybe like a quarter of the way there, maybe a third.
It's always, at least I always see, like, when people go on Twitter after losing a game, it's like, oh, we lost both pistols. It's a good excuse.
No excuses here. Elimination on the line. Dust 2 is the final map, and what a battleground this could be. Snappy with the Xbox smoke coming straight in, but we've got 4 players in the tunnels. It's not looking like a quick B hit, so they might wrap down lower. That being said, actually, it's a sneak B hit. There's only 1 man here committed inside of the site, so we're going to have to see that rotation. Sergey moving through the door. X7 tag, but he can just hide. He can just be such a nuisance. He spotted 5 players here, and already the flanks are coming in. Sergey trying to defend the site. His teammate's dead. So is he. Alexa B's in through the door with 1, but ENCE can just give this up. ENCE can just hold the cross until the smoke cuts them off.
Goes for the peek through the smoke. Dust takes Snappy down to 68. 2v3. Bomb will go down. Something that I didn't really see a lot of on Train is Kids in that pistol round and an aerial. A nice headshot. It's all on Snappy.
Ooh, he's found 1. Can't get the long-range duel though. Aerial there with the USP is going to be able to clean it up. Nice round from him and Sergey. Crucial kills on that rotate in through the door after Alexa B at the back of the site spotted the 5-man push. A bit telegraphed there for Optic with how slow it was for them to walk out of that tunnel. That kind of setup can be so much better if there's no one in the back box spotting for a range, because it can be very hard to kill that player with a Glock.
Both teams on this map right now, as we do see the buy coming in on the T side. Config, Cajun B, and Snappy, interestingly enough. With AKs, both teams very similar in their play styles. Both teams very similar in the percentage of where they win their rounds. 53% around that mark on the T side for both of them. Also known for having close games on this map. But decent scorelines always end up winning it out.
Ooh, look at this push from Alu. Oh, they've not heard it. He's crept in behind. Aerial's 1 for 1 up on short, and he's going to go get back another one as well. Nico dropped. This is where Alu can strike, and oh, they spotted him. He's got to be very quick. He's got to get a kill here with the Crocodile, but they bite back. Cajun B finds his head, and now it's a drop to the CT spawn as Optic rally back towards B.
Yeah, and Cajun B is just holding the angle here. Surely he's going to get at least 1 there, and that's what they want. They want to just trade 1 for 1 because they have a 1-man advantage. Aerial's going to come in. The second that they see him, they're going to Molotov him away. No smoke. So they have to take the duel at some point, but he's only on 28 HP. Refract to be coming in, and that's exactly it. Like, you can always trade 1 for 1 when you have that 1-man advantage, and with him being low on HP, it's nicely done by our good boys over at Optic.
That was very close. 4 kills in that round for Aerial. He was one off of the ace.
Yep.
And even put that last player to 30 HP as well. So nice trading from Optic. They didn't cross behind the smoke of the Molotov, which is what maybe you would expect considering their lack of utility. But they get the job done, albeit messy. That being said, with them losing the pistol anyway, they brought up 3 AKs into the second round and actually picked it up, so it kind of works out for them. You can lose a pistol, but if you're bouncing back with a force by round, sometimes that can even be better.
That is true. Tied score. They look to move into the game once again. Be a slight technical issue, but it's been fixed now. We do have the force up on the CT side. A couple of UMPs and some pistols, but very little utility. The first smoke landing down here, LXB taking damage as well. And Yugi with a nice scout kill. Straight up and pushing into B. Cajun holds the B push.
Yeah, this is as done as can be. I mean, it's the only UMPs are left. And they're deep on the other side of the map. The bomb working through tunnel right now, so that will be a plant and a guaranteed round for Optic. You rarely see force buys work on this map when you have this kind of buy. Obviously, we saw Optic win one, but that was 3 AKs, and very reliant on those rifles. You rarely see rounds like this work on CT or T side with pistols and SMGs.
Yeah, it's only when someone like pulls out a ridiculous deagle play or something like that that it happens. It's very hard to play CT with limited utility on Dust 2. Aerial and Alu just looking to save here, bring these UMPs into the next round, potential case, and the scout on Yugi. He's going to keep that for the next round being as well. So economy is going to be allowed to grow for the Danes as they wrap their second in a row.
Yeah, the flawless round is so nice to see from Optic. Not letting ENCE challenge him too much with the pistols. This from Yugi as well. He didn't even, he barely spotted the LXB move back to the left side, only just a pixel, and that's enough for Yugi. If you're letting him get warmed up like this, that is a sign of potentially terrifying consequences for ENCE.
Yugi.
It's always scary, right? Ooh, trying it again. Oh, he tags him.
Yeah,
I think that was
Sergey.
the AK, actually.
Yeah, I think that was the scout first and then the AK. Down to 5 HP, Sergey. Could be some B control coming into the T stack. He could just take some damage, but Config finds the frag and they just keep tapping away. Losing HP, yes, but no one's dead yet.
Lucky snappy duck there. Config shot just above his head. Not sure if that was a cool or a very
coordination.
Close. Yeah, right. Probably very close to being a team kill, but hey, it will work. 2-1 now made 3 as ENCE still hold the UMP in both Aerial and Alu's hands. They're going to look for exits here because it will be an upgrade anyway coming into the next round. They kind of want AKs to be taken. And so this is a good hunt to make. There's still Cajun in the spawn to cut off any kind of push. Yugi watching down below. He's going to miss the flick, but he's got teammates around to support him. Aerial dropping one, Yugi with the trade, and that's fine. Optic, they rid ENCE of everyone. But either way, ENCE wouldn't have been playing UMP in this round.
But also, Optic are pretty happy that, like, losing the scout, that's not a problem. They're going to upgrade that anyways. Survive with 4 AKs, get the bomb down, like everything, it's fine.
I'm pretty sure there's not going to be the AWP for the CT side. That is, in fact, true. Alu, not quite the money just yet. Yugi's gone straight for it. Won't get that mid-cross tag or kill. Aerial has to forfeit long already. He was a solo man towards that position. And Optic abusing the spawns to get out into the pit.
And that's something that we were talking about yesterday when we saw Bravado play against Optic, is that Optic on the T side, when they are playing against the full buy, they love to just take long control to begin with. Just get out there, get Yugi into the pit with the AWP, and then make a mid-round con after that. They have several defaults that can spread different ways. Usually it always has either Snappy or Cajun be up in the B halls towards dark, or tunnels if you call it. And then they'll kind of figure out where they want to go. Right now, ENCE is read into this, so they know they have long control. They're stacking a couple of players on towards that A side. We're probably going to see the elevator boost. How are they going to play around the smoke? Config moving in.
They could boost and try and catch out a player on top, but you can't boost when one man's already dead. Alexa B through the smoke, an attempted trade by that M4A1S, and Aerial drops the bomb. That's good. You won't be able to hold on to it. It will be picked back up, but already on the site is Config, trying to lock off short where one player sits. Double CT push, and only one man needed for that kill. Yugi tries to slow them down with a Molotov, but they'll boost up into the hand of Cajun, who taps down one. 2-on-2 here. Retake coming from short, and that's all that stands now. Alu, as Yugi's long position is going to be too strong.
I think
he
he
even moves in, and yeah, I think they know he's here. The smoke going to give it away, and Yugi's there. 2 kills for him. And Optic, this is a great start to this map.
Also, one thing to note about Dust 2 is that it is a very, very momentum-based map. If you can get started, like, it's so easy to just roll on round after round after round, confidence-wise. And that's the thing that we didn't see yesterday. Like, we didn't see Optic really get rolling. All the individuals didn't really step up that much. And Bravado was allowed to create a lot of space for themselves. So far, it's been looking way different, like, just today in general, compared to the first. Yugi's stuck in the nades. And remember, this is not a big investment round, almost. It's going to be a second kill. They're going to get the nade kill and the USP kill. This is a low investment round, another one from Sergey. How are they going to turn this around?
It's the mid push now, but
Pistols
we've already got 2 players.
nades.
Oh, Sergey, he's on the site. Now with a tunnel push, they've got another gun to work with on B. They're walking into Sergey. They're just going to get it for free. Aerial finds them both. Sergey just plays a distraction, and that's all they need. What a round. I mean, that's what we're kind of expecting the individuals to shine through, but not in that way, Niels. Not in a pistol round.
That was some next level stuff. Nice by Yugi, but he gets stuck in the nade.
He throws his gun back when he sees them go for that nade stack. He tries to give it back to his team so it isn't retrieved by the enemies. But
and then the teammates tries to run away really fast, but no time with the USP charging in.
Now we've got the double AWP. Sergey's going to be on that alongside Alu here. We've got Alu down on long. Sergey, he's sat on the B bomb site once again. New home for now, as Optic try and take this cat control. They've not gone for the fast long play. They didn't have the spawn for it, so instead they opt for short.
Flash timing on the corner. I have the potential of dropping 2 smokes and playing CT, or just playing the A split with 2 just going down and then coming up from either elevator or up to the ramp. 1 player on the A slope. 1 player on long, probably going to rotate car the second that the smoke drops, and then 1 player holding long house. Optic. Config is ready with the smoke. Deep nade. Does decent damage on Nico. But they're so static right now, Optic. We know what they want to do. They have taken the map control, they've put down some utility, but the mid-round call is coming in. They're switching it up.
Yeah, they're going B after all. X7's got to deal with only a solo tunnel player, and he'll try and flash his way into the corner, try and hide behind Sergey up above. He fires off with the AWP. They line up. He can't land either. His team damage is finished off by X7, but he's still got to worry about this tunnel play. Tries to jump up, misses the angle. Still there's a player in the window, and Sergey's going to send him packing. 1 man on the site, and Config will keep this alive for Optic. That allows Cajun B to finally move back in from the tunnel, and the retake is on for ENCE. 17 seconds. That bomb needs to go down first. Oh, these nades could deny it. They're a little bit too deep. Alu's going to try and come above it, though. Fake plant. An aerial moves in. That's the round. Bomb dropped. Cajun too far away. He can't even find 1 kill.
They're just going to rotate away. There's no reason to peek whatsoever. Oh, and they even take the weapon away from him. What a great round. What a great round for ENCE.
Yeah, really nice work from Sergey as well. I mean, he only gets 1 kill, but he gets so much information from that peek up on window that obviously his entire team have rotated at that point. X7 has a huge performance down in the tunnels, shutting down 3, I think. So not much. Oh, sorry, well, 2 actually. Not much Optic can do there. And now, look at this. Not much I can do here. It's pistols. ENCE have broken that money. A couple rounds in a row from the Finns. A couple of AWPs still in play. Sergey is now tasked with watching mid.
That deep Molotov is like just perfect on the time. They wanted to go short early on, but were held back a couple of seconds. Now moving in, Deagles, P250 and 1 Glock. Flash timing possible to go and take over this A-bomb site. Let's see how they're going to play it. CT flash comes in there. Perfect timing. They're going to go in anyways. Bunny hopping onto the site. Alu with another deep nade.
Oh, it will take 1. Alexa B chiming in with a single M4 kill. Everyone's hitting the scoreboard right now except Optic. Alexa B still here on the site, and he's just watching up on Cat where they see 1 more player. The head's been spotted. X7, he's just tapping away. Finally going to be helped out by Alexa B, who will not finish it off. It's X7 with a jump. 4 rounds for ENCE, nice and clean.
And tied game, 44.
Yeah.
This one is predicted to go all the way down to the wire, and so far it's back and forth, as games like this usually go. And also as games like Dust 2 usually go. All down to the momentum. Who has the swing? Yugi this time no utility whatsoever. The rest of the team with decent setups. CT side with almost everything they want, including a double op setup and kits on every single player.
Yeah, waiting for some aggression, potentially spotting towards middle, seeing if ENCE want to push up into their face. Mid-smoke definitely creates a question of, is there someone lower? Are they Xbox? But that's cleared out by Config coming through the tunnels. Sergey's going to drop off of mid, and we can actually see a rotation of Alu, who comes in from the CT spawn instead to take this angle up. This is a good angle if he plays a little more passive, because he gets to see their legs before they even spot him, but he wants to take the pixel gap through the door instead, spot the cross. This gives him a lot of info if players are crossing from B to A or vice versa. And he might even get a chance to take a kill. With it, there it is, Cajun's dead, and Alu can just go back towards A. He knows that Cajun was trying to cross towards his A site, so that's a little more information to work with, and the smoke makes it blindingly obvious. Ooh, Molotov, they have to run through it. They're going forward, and they're going into the hands of Alu, who's on 3, headshot through the wall. Nothing is stopping this man. And just 2 left up for Optic. They've got to have a plan up their sleeve. Bomb yet to be retrieved, and Alexibi will not give them the satisfaction.
That flash timing, or those both flash timings were perfect. Alu with great play. Flash comes in as well, and Optic just completely shut down and can't really seem to find the groove back into this game right now. It's ENCE shutting down for the last couple of rounds. Nice little shot there by Alu. Now, potential for our good friends over at Optic to have a talk. Timeout has been taken.
This has been a really strong start for Aerial as well. He's setting up at 13-3 right now. And we've had different players throughout this series step up per map. We had X7 and Alu over on Nuke. We had Sergey, of course, with alongside Alu over on Train. Alexibi definitely chimed into that map with some crucial impact. And Aerial now sitting top of the board for his team. It's always nice to see a bit of variety.
Exactly. It's nice to see that they can step up. Like, as we say, like, every map is a different story, and every player has different maps where they feel more comfortable than others, and also just timing coming in the positions they play, the help they get. This is a full eco, so no help will be given to Optic. A couple of Desert Eagles and armor on Snappy. Damage done to Cajun B.
Yeah, Alu knows it. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome, though. Will fall back. It's a flash on long. Gets Optic out, but out into the waiting jaws of Alexibi. Continuing with 2. They're not going to go through that smoke.
Nah, there's no way.
Optic not really catching a break in this round, but this is the nature of pistols on Dust 2 Neils. We know how useless they can be at times. Even Deagles sometimes.
Even Deagles. And when you're up against Alu in mid Dust 2, there's just no way. He is such a solid player. Missing the long range shot here, but just holding the pixel angle close.
Oh, that's awkward. Luckily, there's a second man here. Someone should probably swoop in and pick up that gun post-round. Yugi's also been tagged. There's 2 low players here. And Alu, I think he finally realizes it's just not worth it. Hold a different angle. Don't peek into it. Don't give him an opportunity. Yeah.
He wants it so bad.
Oh, yeah, he's going for it. Stop feeding them kills.
It's actually, Alu's the only one who's not dying. He's lost 2 teammates to these 2 Deagle players. And already now, like, this is fine. They can deny some of the economy on the CT side. If they can get another gun in, and they will get another frag in. They're not going to take anything away from the round, surely.
That was so unfortunate, because Alu was backing off towards B when his teammate moved in through spawn to cover that cross. And yeah, Alu gets shot in the back while climbing up towards window. He should have gone towards door, and they wouldn't have had the angle. But
3 kills on a very low investment round.
Yeah, and 4 from Alexibi, so very reliant on him to go big.
Yep.
That is, that's just a sloppy round from ENCE right there.
It really is. Now the off comes into play for Yugi. And this is one of my favorite duels, and one of the things that I was looking forward to when I saw the team list for this event. Alu versus Yugi, 2 very different types of AWP players against each other. Alexibi caught off guard. Config dropping straight into pit, not the off this time around, but he will take the duel nonetheless. The player on A slope was too slow, rotating in to safety, but Aerial, if you will, rotating quickly, pushing mid. Has so much map control right now, so much information, and that's why you see the rotation over towards this A site. No one's here, no one's towards T-spawn. Either they're committed fully towards B, which is going to be cleared now, or they're going to all be stuck on long. Yeah, and Sergey's taking the angle.
even though X7 spots one player there, he spots him retreating, so they know it's going to be the A play, and it's made blindingly obvious. Alu's dead. Sergey, another AWP in the picture, but he's out of the sight in the smoke. It's Aerial on the flank to find 2. This equalizes the situation after he's traded back, and the late short split could be caught out by X7, who's trying to wrap back from middle. He's going to be a little bit too slow, which allows Snappy to get up onto the site. A bomb plant going down for short, but is he ready for such a fast peak? No, yes, sorry, yes, he is. That's the wrong word out my mouth, but the right bullet in his head.
Some would say that he's a bit snappy.
Yeah,
hey.
Clearly.
Let's see if Sergey can deliver some of the same, but in a 1v2 with an AWP, it's always hard.
Yeah, I don't think this one's going to be easy.
Oh, he's going to go for it. Ooh. Quick scope. It's not far off.
Given the AWP over as well, free upgrade taken. Things are looking up for Optic. It was a bit of a strong start for them that fell off to a 6-4 scoreline, but now at least Optic are back in control. Down a round, but they've got the money behind them, as do ENCE. However, the double up's still going. I was going to question how often they're going to keep that in the hands of Sergey, or maybe throw it to X7, or even just rid themselves of that secondary AWP. But X7 tagged on the cross. Sergey trying to fight mid this time.
Still, ENCE seen as the favorites on GG bet. But actually, sure, I would agree with that one. Very close game right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the odds are far more equal at this point. So definitely potential money to be made, but also money to be lost here as the economy for either team on a rocky road.
Config knows that there's a gap now. You can just hold this. The question is, it's always like, is it intentional? Is something going to happen? Is this the start of a play? But it's actually just Alu not hitting the correct smoke. Sometimes you can just theorize too much and Config eats the nade.
It baits the close peak, which allows him to nade it. Again, not knowing whether that was intentional, but it works out damn well for Alu. He will be tagged off the angle, but 3 players hit low, and he's decent.
He has an AWP, so he has to hit the first shot anyways. If he has 19 or 100 HP, it's almost doesn't matter. He's going to be taken out if he misses that first shot.
This makes those M4s just that little bit more dangerous.
Exactly. Helps his teammates. It's the first one. Nicely done by Alu. Ariel. Grab frag towards long. They have good long control out the CT side, but Alu missing the shot there. Config getting the enter with the AK-47.
That was misinformation for ENCE. They saw one player back off of short, so maybe they assumed that they'd give it up on the at least short position for now, but in fact they bursted. They surprised ENCE. However, that surprise only lasts so long. Cajun's been cleared. Molotov to cut him off, and just like that, this round is probably going to be over. He's just looking for kills. Consolation, but X7 won't give him a thing. Team ace from ENCE, everyone putting in the damage here as the defuse comes through for 7.
Reset as well. That was round one for Optic, then straight back on what will probably be a 4 by now. And Alu's just, his mimics are just insane. I also saw, like, at the end of that second map, he did a little dance and everything.
Really?
Yeah. He's an entertaining guy.
Tactical pause here for Optic, and definitely a good time to do it. As you say, the reset coming through. We mentioned in that previous round that, you know, the money was bad for both teams. Whoever lost it was going to be put down to pistols. And so what can really Optic muster here? Nico's the only man with any money to his name. We could see a dropped AK and a fast burst into B, for example, but more likely than not, it's going to be ENCE taking the next round.
Yeah, one thing that the guys over at Optic haven't really tried on the T side so far is their B split. They have a pretty solid quick time takeover T mid, go into B, put the double smoke setup down, and just split towards that site. Might see that come in now, with a couple of players going lower to upper tunnels and then hit the site. First of all, they're going to take control over T mid. That's the default beginning.
Sergey can't spot it, but they certainly can hear it. This deep smoke allows them to push into middle. Already up short are Optic. Alexa B, he's ready on the site. He's found himself one. Cajun's dropped. The AK gets shuffled over to the hands of Nico, and Conflic's already dropped Aerial. This AK round is turning out to be very, very good for Optic. They're finding a lot of damage here, and they're getting themselves into a great position. Problem is they've yet to cross towards the site. They're still caught on the corner of short. Yugi down to 9 HP and already that wrap coming through. There may be a bomb plant for Optic, but how much further can they get after that?
Yugi finding the frag. Could potentially smoke this off and help his teammate when he spots something long. It's a 2v2. There's a kid on Sergey, so there's still time.
Problem is, if Yugi just hides up on short, ENCE double playing long, they're going to have to move very, very, very fast.
Oh, he can play with the smoke here as well.
Nico's not got armor, so he needs to play this headshot angle on top of the site. That's exactly what he's doing, looking for a kill, forcing the fight, getting traded by X7 and Yugi hiding. There's no damage nades left up. It's only a smoke. X7 may as well just stick the defuse here. He's running out of time. He's running out of options, but Yugi's forced a peek, and I don't think there's time.
Might just be in the last second.
Oh, he's got it.
The last second he gets the defuse. Ends on 8 rounds, and Yugi not satisfied with that.
No, that's so unfortunate as well. I mean, Yugi played it fine. He played it passive. He threw a flash over the top. That's definitely a situation where if you're Yugi, you should be peeking.
Yep.
There's a smoke on the bomb. There's only 5 or 6 seconds left. There's a very good chance X7 sticks that. So it's just a game of unfortunate timing for Yugi.
And it's almost the same thing as that round on Nuke where it's planted on that B bomb, where Yugi was in a 1v1 where he goes for the bait shot on the diffuser and the diffuser sticks it. That's 2 1v1s Yugi lost, and basically he played it correctly, but he still lost.
Yeah, I guess maybe having flashbacks to that previous time, not wanting to repeat the same mistake, because that really hurts. When you call someone's bluff that they're not defusing and then they actually just stick it, that really hurts, because you know that you could have killed them while they were on that bomb, but you took a risk and you didn't get the reward. ENCE, however, they have been rewarded. 8 rounds to 5 and all the money to play with, none on Optic.
And also one thing to remember is that another timeout was taken, I think, by Optic here as well, so they only have 1 remaining with some quick maths. And that's before the first half is done. I'm all for spending those timeouts, but that's a lot of timeouts taken in one half.
Let's see if that comes back to haunt them if ENCE start to run away with this game. It's close for now. It's still up in the air, but it will be a 9-5. Surely no way Optic can find anything out of these 2 Deagles. Or at least not enough to contest ENCE. Make them sweat. Cajun looking in middle. He might catch Sergey repositioning, but the pre-scope is there.
Now Snappy. 1v5 with a Desert Eagle and a Dream. No armor. Even taking a bit of damage, so the M4 headshot is going to be deadly. Snappy would. Yeah, in this situation, like if you can get 1 for 1, if you just can deny 1 weapon, then he's going to be happy with it. And he can. It's going to be the perfect round for ENCE. The economy is strong. Don't really need it because it's the last round of the first half, but it's just a sign of how they've played these last couple of rounds. It's been straight rounds, 2 diffusers, and then this round here, fully perfect.
Yeah, looking far more prepared coming into this map. ENCE definitely look comfortable here. Optic have yet to really groove away at this team. However, this could be a chance, maybe a 6th round. Look at the pace. Nico, he's charging middle. He's going very, very quickly for this mid to be split with no smokes, and their CT players might not expect it. I don't know if they've got a smoke down to actually hold that cross, but Nico's diving over the top, and there's no way ENCE are ready for that. Look at this play. X7 does hold his own with 1 frag. If he can find a double, that's amazing, but he's just not going to be up to the task. Optic overwhelm him. Alexi B maybe setting up that tabs and Molotov. Not going to be going for it after all, but it could force that player off of the bomb site instead. Yugi watches the flank, and Snappy's in a great spot to get a free kill. It's last round of the half. ENCE have got to go for it, but B is never a tantalizing site to retake, even with a man advantage, let alone already down 1. Config holds the window, and that's when Snappy drops in from behind and seals the deal for Optic. 6 rounds and a half, and Snappy's made it work.
As we see Sergey being taken out, 9-6 will be the scoreline. This is the exact B-split that I was talking about earlier. Quickly into teammate, take control, single or double if you're really afraid of maybe a boost position down towards CT, to that smoke, and then just rush that B bomb side. Make the window guy come in first, but also make some presence known from tunnels so that the players on B will be focused on tunnels, and then just hit him straight with a double angle coming in, and yeah, it works. I'm just perplexed they didn't use it earlier. That's definitely a strategy you can throw out maybe 2 times in one half if you do it with a couple of rounds between it, but yeah, I don't know. But they made it work in the end, so it's fine.
6 rounds T-side, not the end of the world, certainly doable.
It's still doable, yeah.
Get a pistol, you should be fine, but we've already talked about how good ENCE have been in pistols.
Exactly, that's the thing, like you're relying on the fact that you can get the pistol out when you're down this score, because if you get it, it's going to be straight up, like it's going to be tied up 9-9. That's something that Roger is saying right now. Just going over the pistol again, reiterating the importance. Doesn't really need to say it to these players, they already know, but he's just like running through exactly what we're doing, whose role is what flash timing do we have, if we want to have a flash timing. It's definitely, like, as far as I know, they have multiple pistols on this second half available on this CT, on this T side. CT side. Our brain is fried.
No, all good. Happens to the best of us, Niels. Cajun spotting mid. It's ENCE going maybe into the B side very fast. This is the same pistol that Optic ran, or at least similar, with one man towards top mid, although not throwing in that Xbox smoke to elude these guys. Nico is spotting, and just him playing for information is going to be valuable enough. If ENCE showed the bomb there, there'd be a lot of information for Optic, but instead they rotate a man into middle, and the intention of that is Cajun's going to try and draw the attention of ENCE if they were to push down mid, and then we have Snappy close up on short with Config to be the big surprise, the big reveal. But for now, ENCE just set up outside of long, with 2 in the lower tunnels.
Looks like short control for the T side. Nade and flashbang and potentially smoke for the CT drop. Snappy reveals himself. They don't know that he has a secondary teammate there in Config, who's ready and waiting with the USPS, but they're both gonna rotate back. Snappy staying, he's gonna die. Great jump shot by Alu.
Oh, Config, he can't hit the shot. Alu's already followed up with another. And now ENCE are all over this A-bomb site. The pincers coming in from long. Sergey cleans up Yugi, caught out in the open. And just like that, this pistol is swinging heavily in the favor of ENCE. Nico does his best, but will it be enough? Cajun's cut off by the smoke, and they've got a nade for Nico in the spawn. And even flanked from middle.
Oh, wow. This is taking so many shots, but now Nico all alone. Pistol round goes to ENCE, as they have been throughout almost all of this game. And big advantage for them. Alu is getting closer and closer to the screen as they are getting closer and closer to the victory.
Yeah, 2 on train, 2 on nuke. Pistols have been flying through for ENCE. What have Optic got? 3 scouts. I mean, why not?
Next level.
Ooh. See ya. Alu ran down suicide as well. I don't even know what gun he had, but he was gone very, very quickly.
Yes.
You see why they call it suicide?
And also, like, we're gonna get to see why. Like, Cajun B has such a stellar reputation as a secondary AWP. He's very good with these scope weapons. Also a very strong rifle player. Hits 1, but gets immediately repicked by Aerial.
Yeah, that's a nice bait there. The jump on top mid was clearly just to allow the repeat from Aerial, and Aerial continued to have a strong game, 20 kills now. He is just above and beyond anyone in his team. Make that 21, Niels. It is just going up and up and up. With Config, he's going to try and shut them down, but they've already smoked them off and taken the B-bomb site where only Nico sits. I say only, he's already started to tag away. If he can finish off a kill here, he can make it worth his while, but Aerial overwhelms. Of course he does. He's unstoppable right now. Config's doing his best, and with 2 low HP players, he could catch them. They have not left this site. They are caught in the corner. Yugi's got a nade.
Oh. Damage being dealt, and now Yugi with a Mac-10. He knows they're low. He just spit away with this submachine gun, but it's not enough. 11 rounds to end. It's a very close round once again, but it doesn't really matter if you get close at this point because time is running out for Optic.
Yeah, almost the ace for Aerial there. He got 4. Alexa B cleaned up with the last one. But yeah, great work from Aerial. He has just been a star of Dust 2 right now. As you said, just some maps fit some players, and clearly Aerial is a big fan of this one.
It's a different story for him in this time around, and well, ENCE definitely favored now in the betting.
You sure?
Yeah. Numbers are hard, but not that hard.
Yeah. Oh, what? He was jumping. He was in the air. He's called Aerial. It makes sense, but it really doesn't.
I need a replay of that. That looked out of this world.
God.
That looked out of this world.
What? That's ridiculous. Okay. All right.
Yeah, this, like, obviously it's against an eco, so it doesn't really matter that much in the context of the game, but that just looked...
The chance of you hitting that shot is so low.
All right, let's see if we caught it.
He's like, I don't really know.
I don't know what happened.
Look at this.
Boom. No way. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. And you're right. His name is Aerial. There's a reason for that.
That's unbelievable. He's 25-6. This guy, yeah, this, like, if Optic can't shut Aerial down, they're done. They're out. They're going home.
And the problem is for Optic is, yes, they have the buy now, but the second that they lose this, if they lose it this round, ENCE is going to be on 13. It's going to be an eco. Nice little spray down by an eco. 2 frags for him, and Cajun B is holding strong. Snappy taking damage, but winning the duel, and Alu in a 1v4. Restabilization for Optic Gaming.
He may have won a 1v2 against G2 on that B site just yesterday, but this time, with double the numbers, half the chance, he runs back and he's going to be caught in spawn. Snappy's hearing all these footsteps, but wait, no, he's not. Alu's going to spot him. Free kill for him. Now he's got a lot more breathing room. Cajun does hold this mid peak, though. Does Alu prepare for it? Yes.
Yeah, I think there might have been some communication going through, because usually if you, like, you should hear that. So
yeah,
I'm guessing someone was talking.
Yeah.
And when you sit in that TeamSpeak and you know, like, you're in a situation where someone could be near, you ask for everyone to shut up and you just say, sound, I need sound. But if they're like discussing, okay, what are we gonna do? Where can he be? Where are we gonna save? Blah, blah, blah. Then he might have not heard the footsteps.
Yeah, he was very quick out of that B bomb site. So no expectation, of course, for him to be that deep, but it was clearly audio that was the problem. 30 seconds here. Alu, do not count him out of this round.
Yeah, if you...
Yeah, you know, forget that.
If he gets that opening onto Yugi, he gets a free bomb site. But luckily for Optic, they shut it down. So 7 rounds on the board, still doable. We saw it on Train. They came back, got into double digits. Winning this by one was a very important part of getting back into the game. Nico with a good hold, 2 for 1. Still money on the side of ENCE. Trying to break the bank for this buy, as Alexi B is only on attack 9.
He's just going to be tasked with going in first. The only man on short for now, though. Yeah. Maybe throwing in a bit of a fake. Got this ability to drop into CT spawn on this B push. You can see 4 players in the tunnels.
Trying to take a lot of attention. That's a good timing on that smoke.
They're going to go right through it. Flashes there, Nico avoids it. He only gets 1 with the organ. Cajun's got to be big. He's got to find 1 at least, but spam down through the door, down to 4. He's got to retreat. Aerial, similar story. 4 HP for him. And Alexa B, oh, this Tech 9 is not good, buddy. It's not 2015. He's not going to be able to find it. Yugi shuts it. And just like that, this is still doable for ENCE, considering they have rifles and a bomb down. And also, Optic are on a double AWP with low HP on 2 of these players. Certainly a winnable round. Aerial has a Molotov, but so do they.
Ariel's still alive, that's the keyword. Only has 4 HP, but eats the nade. Surely, no.
Oh, goes behind him.
Still alive in this perfect position. He's shooting upwards. 1 is low. Gets Cajun B. Can he go for the second one? He won't, but it's X7, 1v1.
Oh, but the bomb's not planted for him. He's got to flash his way in, and that's when Yugi hits a shot.
There's no time, there's no kit.
No time. Finds the kit, but that's a little bit too late for Yugi. No, he's got it.
Oh, what a last-second clutch. And that's the 3rd time. It would have been the 3rd time that it won't work out for him. Such good information. You hear, like, you don't hear it because we can't hear the team speak, but you can just see it in the face of the players. Instantly, the position of that kit was called out.
Yeah.
If he doesn't get that information in a second, that round is lost in a second.
Oh dear, oh dear. Yugi loves and hates to defuse at the same time, doesn't he? This man is all over it. Well, it's pistols here for ENCE, and already a death of Sergey. So
I think actually the entry that Ariel got on that B bomb set was also mid-air.
Really?
Yeah, he was like jumping in with the AK.
Dear, oh dear, what is this man doing? Whoa. He's not done just yet. Keep your eye on this. Oh, the communication not there for Optic. Free kill come out from the P250. Conflict's got to hold strong on the site, but Alexa B with the P250 will bring a fight. 2 guns retrieved here from ENCE. No armor on these rifled players, but X7's now found himself an AWP. Nico comes from the spawn. That bomb is yet to cross, and there's no utility. This isn't a Nico after all. Cajun's offered up 1. Nico needs to win this duel. He needs to drop the bomb here, but X7 wins the fight with the AWP. It's just Cajun left. And there it is.
I don't know how that just happened, but it did. Like, entry on the Deagle, just taking so much control. As you said, communication issue. The guy at car, apparently, he doesn't know or doesn't react. Really nice shots from X7 as well. Good reaction on the
secondary AWP for this team. On Dust 2, we've seen Sergey take it. Over on Train, it was X7, and on other maps, it typically is. But yeah, definitely going to be able to use that AWP. And now you talk about Optic's pauses. They've only got 1 left, and it's coming in right now. 8-12. Now, sorry, 8-13 after that eco win. Yep. ENCE very, very close to a victory here on Dust 2. Very, very close to knocking Optic out. And remember, this is not the end of the road for ENCE. I mean, they're not through to the playoffs just yet. Even if they get this win, they've got a rematch against G2, the team that beat them on this map in the group stage.
Jumping back into the playground that is Dust2, and look at the money on Optic. It's a force buy, but it's not a good one. A couple of Desert Eagles. Scout on Cajun B. Full setup on ENCE on that T side. Very close to getting 14. If ENCE win this one, full eco potential. That means that Optic will have to play for OT probably. Such a huge round.
They did that earlier on Train.
That's true.
Gave away that 15th. That is never fun to do, but Optic are running out of choices here, running out of options. Got one player down on long for the side of ENCE. Sergey holding on to and the aggression, making sure Optic don't have a mid flank. ENCE putting pressure on middle, and considering Optic, yes, they have one scout, but they also have 4 pistols, so they don't really want to try and contain this battle on mid. Sergey keeps long control under question, but Snappy's got a great position on top of this barrel. He's just in the edge of the smoke. There's a very good chance he might come on top of this engagement if Sergey does push before that smoke blooms, but it's starting to fade. And falling back off of the cap control that kept Optic on this A-bomb site and maybe looking for a bit of mid-play. Oh, long.
Bombs rotating back. Smoke has been dropped. How many are going to get past Snappy, though? How many kills is he going to get here? Headshot position with the P250. Anti-flash is taken out. The timing is perfect. Nothing he could have done there. Cajun B still alive with a scout. The rest just with pistols.
Alus nades. That's going to chuck the man on the site. Config put down to 60. He's got a deagle. This man is dangerous. As is Yuki, showing it off right now with 1 from the CT spawn. We could see a boost, but Aerial's trying to put the pressure up. Nico's found it. That bomb's gotten dropped. There's no time left, but just in time it getting planted. Nico's found 2. It's a 2-on-2 with Cajun still scouted up. They're both coming from the CT spawn. Sergey just holding this cross, but still aware of the flank possibility on long. He's dropped Nico, and Cajun's given away his position. That's free for Sergey. And just like that, another round on the board for ENCE. A very nice try from Nico and the boys, but it's not going to be enough on pistols. They are down up against 14 with no money to play with.
We are in the danger zone now, Hugo. This is where Optic will have to get an eco in order to get a buy going for OT. And that's 7 rounds in a row. They need. Assuming they don't win this one, which I would say it's fair to assume.
31 kills now for Aerial as he hits that big 3-0.
He's been insane here in Boston.
Unbelievable, yeah. I don't know how he's kept this up across both halves. Alu glocking down that mid player. It was just full USPs with a solo flashbang, and frankly, I could not expect too much from that one for Optic. However, this is where they need to show what they're made of. Their last stand here, Risk, facing up against elimination in this group.
Deep breaths for the green wall. Is it going to be easy for ENCE and hard for Optic? No AWP on the CT side, AUG on Yugi, not a lot of utility. No kits either. AlexeB already now taking short control. Set up for a nice A split as we speak. It's going to be Snappy down towards long with the M4. It has to get 2 frags here. And he will get 2 frags. Very important. Still alive, 15 HP, holding the angle. AlexeB trying to find an entry from short.
Oh, but this gun barrel, it could stick over the edge. It could give Config a chance to find that kill. Only an M4, remember, so the headshot angle can be very difficult, such as this one from Snappy. He needs to land 2 bullets to do it, and he can't land a single one. X7 finding that frag. AlexeB 1 before he's dropped. And now it's a 2-on-3 for ENCE. This is very doable for Optic. They've split up 1-1-1, making sure mid is still under their control. And look at Cajun. He's in a great position.
Definitely at least a 1-for-1 trade in mid, which is fine.
If ENCE make even a footstep here, Cajun's going to have the information, and we could see that B rotate come straight off. Looking like they will commit towards Catwalk.
Smokes and Molotovs as well.
Yeah.
They can go for the double smoke up and drop CT if they want to go towards A. Molotov towards Goose. And side, but Cajun B with the flank. He's read them like a book. He's communicating. There's no one here. Molotov lands in. They know exactly where they are, but Alu with the opening. Cajun can be the hero.
He's found one, but there's still only 10 seconds left. Alu, he's got to run through that Molotov that he threw just to get this bomb down on the site. It will eventually get planted, but the nade's landing in, and he's getting chipped away piece by piece. 1v2 needed here. The push from CT from Nico, and Alu's yet to spot it. He might think it's long. Nico could even go for the jump shot, but he'd rather stay a little bit elusive. Climbs up the back, and Alu's going to be finished off. Optic are not done just yet. 9 rounds for the Danes.
They stay alive once again, just like Train. It's not going to be easy for ENCE.
I mean, they're definitely in control, but as on Train, like you say, you can't count them out. Optic, they pulled, what, a 15-6 comeback all the way to 15-11 before they eventually lost the game. If ENCE let their foot off the pedal, Optic, well, they can push them out of the driver's seat into the highway.
Set up for a B hit or a B split. Cajun B forced all the way back, and will just help his teammate out, throwing a flash for some early coverage, but no one's peeking yet into B. Alexi B. Probably gonna throw a fake, trying to throw a spanner in the works, showing some utility over towards the A bomb site. But then again, they are getting down into mid. Anything can happen now. This is the mid-round call. They have the default positions. What's the strat? Quick flash play out towards mid. Maybe a double smoke coming in, and then Sergey wrapping from B.
Yugi can watch CT spawn right now if they don't smoke that off. He's also making sure that short's covered, but if they go for a mid to B split, we need that smoke down to cut off Yugi's line of sight.
Surely it's going to be put down by Aerial. He's the first one there.
And this is a good setup on B4 tunnel, specifically considering Yugi's cutting off the back line. We have Nico taking the attention on the site from the tunnel players, and they'll be just focused on him while Cajun from above can rain down death. Now the issue is with Yugi's sight line about to get cut off from that smoke, they've got to worry about the mid split as well. So this setup has to change, and it has to change fast. Config, he may have found one through the smoke. That's going to ease some of the pressure. Still these players in the same positions. Cajun's got to hope his teammate has his back, but Nico only gets one. Cajun, same story. The B site's open for business.
On this drop, but will potentially be planted. 3v2 retake. Alu's holding the angle. 20 seconds to go, and the bomb goes down. Snappy. Not going to win that duel straight up. Alu finds one. That's Yugi gone down 2v2. Molotov towards tunnels.
Oh, Alu! He's making it work. It's a 1-on-2, and Snappy's got to wait for that Molotov to fade before he even decides to push back in, and they're just waiting for contact. Alu's got it, and he's closed out the map. ENCE are going to pick up the victory here in Sweden. 16 rounds to 9. Optic, they tried to build the green wall, but ENCE brought their sledgehammers to play with. And that's going to be Optic eliminated here from DreamHack Open Winter. A nice try from them, but unfortunately, ENCE are just too hard to handle.
It wasn't quite easy, but they grabbed the victory, and that's exactly what matters in the end. And that's what matters for ENCE as an organization, getting there in the end, no matter the cost. That's what they have done. Victory for the Finns, and the Danish wall has been broken.
Wow, that hurts for Optic. And of course, I don't want to make any rash decisions or predictions, but Optic have yet to have success at events like this where they really should be making deep runs. They lost to Vivado over in the group stage on Dust 2, and it's only going to be fitting for them to get knocked out of the tournament by ENCE on the exact same map. It hurts to see such great players for Optic, but you have to give commendations to ENCE, a young team with some older leadership from Alu, and they have just been fantastic.
Everyone has stepped up for ENCE, like every single one. We also see, like in this end here, like Ariel and XP to some extent, but mostly Ariel on Dust 2. Alu stepped up as well, huge clutches throughout the entire tournament for these 2 games that he's played. Sergey on that train, like everyone's just stepping up to the plate, and ENCE showing that they came here to play, dropping that first map against G2. That was a one-time mistake. They're here to take a victory.
Yeah, well, we're done with us. We should have Rudolph and the Red-Nosed Reindeers over on the desk in just a second to throw over. See what they made of that game, of course. And yeah, a bit of a slobber knocker, a bit of a back and forth. What do you think, guys?
There we go.
Not your best throw.